Faker as T1 begin to collapse, and Mickey's burst on the menu again. Faker with a Spirit Rush across the board, looking for Yike. No curtain call connects, and G2 are able to walk away.
Great target selection from T1. They see the Broken Blade is about to go mini-narc.
Just massive from T1. As you say, that flash timing from Gumayushi, absolutely perfect. They're looking for the third Drake. Ona will go back towards it. They were just kind of checking to make sure that G2 hadn't snuck towards the Baron to try and take that away, while T1 were getting themselves to 2 dragons in this game.
Timing really has been the biggest advantage for T1. I feel like not only the defensive kind of timing there with the flash, but also they never hesitate on their engages.
I think it's more, as you can see, like losing side lane turrets for investing on that bottom side. Again, T1 playing off wave states excellently, pushing mid, catching out G2, and now G2 trying to move in mid, but they could get collapsed on from behind.
There's a pincer movement brewing here.
Teleport.
See the TP behind, that's
Faker.
Faker. Counter TP being used by Broken Blade. Curtain Call coming in as the stopwatch is used. Diamond onto the backline, jumps Gumayushi, a good shockwave as well onto Zeus. And now we see Hansama having to try and get away from this. Ona going in as he puts the damage down onto Caps. Ona flashing away, Zeus the same, the killer instinct from Hansama. Gets Zeus in response, now Faker diving around the fight, a hook coming out. Broken Blade trying to get into the Mega Gnar. He'll jump on their heads. Guma stopped them, Faker escaping. Carrier slammed into the wall. On the top side, Yak killed off Gumayushi. And G2 somehow find a fight.
Only Faker gets out alive. G2 are going to get some extra money with the tower mid, and Faker just barely does so. Broken Blade hunting for him, but he's not going to find the hiding spot. G2 strike back.
Paranoia to get that little bit of extra vision. I love the not using the shockwave, but immediately they do. Paranoia in, Faker down, solo play onto the backline as well. We see Hansama falling forward. Mickey trying to get into this fight. Broken Blade on his way across as well. Carrier, Ona there as well with Gumayushi trying to get away. Doesn't have the flash. Ona doesn't. Carrier goes back in with the Zenith Blade. He's a sacrifice. A sacrificial lamb for G2. As there's 2 more on the board for them.
Keep the pace up. G2, they do not let you rest. Are forced to make a decision here. Is it going to be a dangerous face check, or are they going to try and get control of the mid wave first?
Mickey looking for the hook. There's the charm. Deadly push going in. Ona looking for that backline. The solo play hits 2. Paranoia coming out. Ona can't go in with the engage. Zeus now locked out. Pops a stopwatch to buy himself a little bit of time. He's feared though. The shockwave hits onto Ona as he looks for the engage. Goes in with the cease and desist. The Guardian Angel still sitting on Ona's shoulders. Will bring him back to life. Broken Blade with a good double arm into the wall. Ona trying to get back in with that shield from the Vault Breaker. But he will fall. Faker can't escape Broken Blade. Gumayushi now trying to dance his way away. But the eyes are on Carrier for G2. They're looking for one more. Gumayushi will have the fleet. Will have the move speed from this Jhin. Broken Blade chucks a house out, can't quite land it onto Guma's back. Caps with the dissonance, there's the slow from the red buff. They dodge the captive audience, and Guma's down 2. An ace for G2.
Be a G2 Baron.
Well, you said it in game 1, Kobe. G2 great at fighting from behind, and here we see them coming to life in Berlin, looking to get themselves to 1-on-1 against T1 in this quarterfinals qualification match.
For that big shockwave as well. And it's after that, again, just moving back, buying space here as BB using that ultimate.
Formation of the Gnar as well. Now with the Baron buff, they can get so many rewards. Tier 2 tower doesn't stand a chance. That's another 800 gold for the team, immediately picked up. Void Mites from their 6 Void Grubs spawning out.
Faker being forced back to the fountain, has the flash, has the TP, but G2 are trying to open up the base. Ona looking for that flank. His GA not back off cooldown yet, about half the way forward. Inhibitor tower and inhibitor for G2 in the top lane. They take a gold lead for the first time in what feels like the series, at least in the last 30 minutes or so.
Is in this top side trying to shove in. They sent Ari to try and help him out, so looking to go for that cross map. Just G2 though, dropping, only playing off 2 waves. Now the reset comes through for Broken Blade. He has no TP, so T1 maybe looking for the TP ward that's right in behind them.
So much threat. So we'll see here. You even have another stasis built by Hansama. It's just so durable for G2. They're just bullying them.
Solar Flare, Hansama dodges, only gets slowed. Broken Blade goes in with an arm only onto Ona. Zeus is TP'd in behind, and he dives onto Hansama immediately. And Hansama has a stopwatch, but he doesn't have much life left afterwards. He manages to get away with the killer instinct, and Mickey and Caps are only down. Ona face plants the wall this time. Broken Blade left it to his own devices, and T1 clean him up. The flash in from Zeus with a counter-strike. Mickey trying to dredge line his way out of this one, but Faker's on the chase, as is Carrier. And Mickey, those hooks are sending you to Davy Jones's locker. Faker will take it. T1 will take the fight.
Mickey is gone 6 feet under, but G2 cannot fathom how T1 have got in behind them so consistently. It was a delay played on the TP. It's a delay take on Mickey because 50 seconds until Dragon will deny a lot of control to G2. But T1, again, these great teleport flanks for Zeus.
To go get caps, they do chase down Hansama, and the Dragon's soul is theirs to set up. Wait, Zeus has hiding once again. Look at him.
You can see Mickey's only just getting off toward.
Cars lie to us. Motorcycle?
Was where the red buff is. The paranoia comes out. It's Guma that secures the Drake. Now looking up towards the top side, Zeus caught out with the paranoia, gets the counter strike, but there's the fear as well. The killing instinct coming in from Hansama as they look to catch out Zeus. The rest of T1 trying to come back to defend their top laner, but Zeus will be down before they can get there. G2 find one. On the doors of the Nexus now is T1 trying to defend.
Shockwave is still up and available for caps. You have to be so careful as T1 as you try to defend this. How much do G2 want to try and take super minions on the top side as well?
It's so big. 3 inhibitors here. You're gonna get. Well, can they get 3?
Top just respawned as they were taking the second one, so it looks like it's only going to be 2. All Owner needs to do is get into this pit, and he might be able to snipe this away. The curtain's open. An encore for Guma Yushi. Owner gets it. He gets it! And he takes it! Owner will pay the ultimate price for his ability to steal the Baron. He keeps T1 in the game, and G2 just couldn't dot their I's and cross their T's. The tankiness the minions get from the Baron buff, they'll be spawning in a few seconds' time for T1. There they are. They'll help them defend. Faker goes in. Dead charge. Shockwave! There's 2 knocked up, but Zeus is already on the backline. The Gnar coming out from Broken Blade as well. Zeus is doing so much work. Caps down. Hansama running for his life. Faker charms up Broken Blade. Zeus is just ripping through G2. Faker survives on the backline. Yike trying to do everything he can. The paranoia will help him take out his enemy jungler. Hansama trying to survive here. Zeus has to call off the chase, but T1 once again hold on to the game. Zeus has his TP and he's going to match the supers pushing in the top side. G2 have control of the river right now. Solar player Hansama only slowed, but Caps is the one they dive into and immediately assassinate him. Caps is swimming with the fishes and Hansama is going to join him. T1 immediately pounce and G2 don't know what hit him.
T1 are forever clutch and G2 are finding out about it in the worst possible way. Zeus chasing down Broken Blade as T1 turn towards the outer Yike. The last one was stolen. Can you find revenge?
Vision in the pit. Guma Yuchi trying to keep him at bay. No paranoia for Yike, but does have the flash. Guma will take the blast cone. Yike, can you do it? We saw you steal one versus Hanwha alive. He puts the Dustbringer over the wall and immediately backs away. G2 have called, do not fight this fight, we can take the next.
And they use the blast cone to jump onto Caps' head. Even with these defensive items we keep pointing out for G2, the Guardian Angel and Sterix for Yike.
Their world title.
A minute left on this Elder Dragon as well means that 2 more waves that you have to try and hold off. But I don't even know if you get that. Team 1 can just start to look at Nexus turrets off this wave.
It's got to be something miraculous. You've got a GA on Guma Yushi, you've got Faker with the Spirit Rush, the curtain's open. I don't think G2 is getting a second act. The dive onto the backline by Yike, but immediately he is low. Caps already assassinated on the back, and T1 are just ripping them to shreds. T1 absolutely melting G2 under their Nexus towers. History doesn't repeat itself, but it damn well rhymes. It's another Friday, it's another T1 win.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
So not having that flash available for that combo is going to be a bit sad.
Flash in onto On here, doesn't have the exhaust and a flash of his own. Zenith plays onto Junja to try and get himself away. Exhaust on the Sejuani, not the target you want. Jun trying to join the fray. Elk having to cleanse flash away as Jun is now caught with a Shadowing Strike and PSG find first blood in the bot lane and will force Jun away.
Sure, PSG just going to be able to get these Void Grubs no problem. And if you look at the domino effect of some of those plays, guess what a mid-prio for Yone could turn into? It's more ganks on bottom side. Jinjia could go down back bottom side, as well as possible Maple Room. So there are a lot of good things building up towards consecutive plays, since not only On used summoner spells in the bottom side, but it was also Elk.
About when they're 1,000 gold behind PSG in the 1-2 matches, right? Because this is not where BLG expected to be. It's kind of where PSG expected to be, as Betty should be able to go away here. The Zenith Blade going in, Betty trying to trade back onto Elk. On went in with the Zenith Blade himself, doesn't have the exhaust up. Now he's taking the Magnus Storm coming out as well. And what is On doing? Looking for the engage, thinking Shun would back him up, but he was left to his own devices. And in the end, he's left to his demise.
Well, the thing is, one of the players that has been involved in some of these Worlds winning rosters was Junja, and he's keeping it going.
Goes in with the Glacial Prism. The cleanse was available for Elk, and he holds it. The bullet time opens up. Shun going in with the Cyclone, looking to make a temper. Still take one. Junja falls. Woody trying to get the CC onto Shun to keep Betty alive. Shun holds it and dies in the end, trying to flash away. But Betty puts him in the dirt. But PSG are using the time to take a Drake for themselves. They know they can then go across and even try to catch Knight out, who'll get the blast cone, but Junja's going to follow him across.
Beast, and he's only continued to show up for this roster. Now that he's on 2-0, he's going to have this Triforce completed off of the 3 set as well. He's in prime position to play out of his mind to try and carry PSG across the line. Plus, again, you don't have a huge amount of lockup that can really keep him in check. He has the cleanse for anything that On has, then has the Arcane Shift and a flash for so much of what BLG are trying to bring to the table.
Exactly. One of the few AD carries that doesn't come.
Betty here to join the battle. Maple gets the first move, can look for a flank here with the Fate Seal, dashes forward, unbinds his soul, On down to half HP. The Solar Flare goes in with a bullet time, and that's 2 locked up. And Woody's the first to fall. Maple was distracted by Knight. Betty dashing back in between worlds. Knight can look for more. Maple dives in with a Fate Seal, but BLG will happily take the triple for Elk.
And just like that, it crumbles in PSG's fingers.
Cleared out the ward. See On.
My ability is called instant death to any target. If I simply think that I want to kill someone.
On his way up as well. TP coming in as PSG. Well, they're not going to do anything to help out Azure here. He's dead. Knight takes it. BLG will get the push in the top side, and that gold is even now.
And that was just good timing from BLG. You can look at the rest of the map and maybe in a position to match on towards this top or bot side play, but will still be first tower, I believe, for PSG.
No, I think BLG take it. They have
they
Demolish,
will, yeah.
right? They have 3 people in the Demolish from Bin. They should be able to take this one first. Maple trying to match, as you say, on the bottom side, but BLG with the TP in. Invests a lot to make sure they take the first turret. And it does give them that gold infusion that they were looking for.
Yeah, BLG, you can't make mistakes against them like that very frequently. Bin has no teleport, so the fact that Aja has walked here and BLG see Aja here, the numbers, we're just going to keep Bin splitting on bottom side. You can have a Rift Herald, which will at least be a nice takeaway.
Yeah, get more gold back for Bin, who is 24 CS down, as expected in a ranged into melee matchup in the top lane that was left to its own devices, but he's only about 250 gold out of pocket right now. Woody looking towards top lane though. Knight does have that between worlds in his flash.
Reset, and they'd actually started to shift kind of over towards mid to cover that mid lane play, so it's a nice read from PSG, and Knight just not wanting to give over that little bit more. We'll just stick in the bush and pick up this wave as it crashes, but look at the quick move. Rift Herald and Toe, they're going to try and crack mid lane for this as PSG.
Make him burn that, has to wait for the cooldown, but PSG will use the fact that On is on the top side of the map to start themselves up a dragon.
That's what I was going to say, is what is that something, right, for BLG, because there's no top tower to really put pressure onto. PSG are still holding on towards mid. They have push on bot, so it kind of was like a Hail Mary, it feels like nearly for BLG, to hope they could cross-map something, but I think you're pretty happy as PSG that...
Look at the pressure PSG are putting on. TP from Knight away from the wave. PSG should be able to get the tier 2 here, but they might sacrifice their tier 1 in mid for it. Elk opens up on the tower, takes it, and the tier 2 will be exchanged. BLG deciding that they couldn't defend anyway, and so they want to make sure they open up the map.
And it's not a bad idea. You do get 2 towers there for it, so at least it's something, but in the grand scheme of things, PSG Talon are still up in towers there, getting more gold. So.
But I will say, if we're going down this Animal Farm route, I feel like the mid lane towers are quite important as well. Now that PSG have managed to get one in response, obviously that's great, but up is Q3. PSG still fighting over this dragon. TP coming in from Azure as well. He's just finished the Shadow Flame. 2 items on the cannon. Bin will TP to the control ward down towards the top side of the fight. Jun is in the pit. Azure is behind them. There's a control ward there. Betty putting damage into the On right now. Jun going in with the Cyclone onto the backline. Finds Maple, but doesn't find Betty. Azure and PSG will disengage the fight. Jun has to flash the wall, but he's locked up with his fate sealed. Bin now in the pit, trying to battle against Jun and Maple, but BLG are all retreating. Will PSG look for more? Azure has the flash, has the slicing maelstrom, but PSG decide that's enough.
Baron, in the last team fight, they divide and conquer. Can they just get this objective?
Bin uses the Hexates there to see the information. Woody diving in, and he stops Elk from putting under bullet time. The slicing mouse from on the back line as well. Knight's in the pit, but Maple puts him in the dirt. Bin now going in for a little bit more, but can't land the counter strike onto Maple. Another is down. On has fallen. PSG are somehow beating BLG. It wasn't quite far enough away from where Elk was ulting to stop the crashdown hitting him. As soon as Woody hit him with the crashdown, he gets bounced back by that wall. We're talking a matter of like 2 centimeters there.
Of the entire rift right now.
And they got the stun as well onto Elk, who has the flash and will use it to dash away from any follow-up engage. Sun going in with the Cyclone, trying to make a Hurricane rip through PSG. They'll find one already. Jun stunned up. Azure flashing away from the Solar Bear. All the while, Betty and Maple were pushing in the bot side. They take a tier 2. Maple looks for a little bit more. On lands the stun with the Shield of Daybreak. The weirding out from Knight for a little bit of damage as well. True shot barrage between the uprights.
Disappointed with their performance, where they didn't look as clean as they possibly could have, but here.
Cyclone again from Shun. True shot barrage coming out from Betty as well. Between worlds, Shun just locked up in it. He'll flash across. On falling low, 200 HP on him now as Betty looks to open up. Fate sealed, the slicing Maelstrom coming in too. Shun's down, Bin's down, On's down! And BLG are off. It's only Knight and Elk left alive. Can they defend against PSG? The TP is going to come in from Azure. The bullet time to clear the way. One inhibitor seems to be the prize PSG get for winning that fight. Elk and Knight will try and defend at the Nexus Towers, and PSG probably won't push for more. They don't invest the TB from Azure. They will retreat after finding that inhib and a 7,000 gold lead for the PCS #1 seed.
It completely out-itemized. They're the ones that have to pull out the surprise play.
I think a lot of people forget that this was
behind.
Oh, hang on, TP
behind. Woody's going to be engaged on here, but On is now in the meat grinder. Maple goes in with the base sealed, and Azure is just waiting for his opportunity to open up. Bin's taken one. The slicing Maelstrom will find another, though. Betty being chased out by Shun. He'll flash away. Shun dies to Betty, and Betty survives. Bin diving in onto Maple, who can unbind his soul and then dash back. Ginger trying to keep the dragon aggro for now. Maple put into the dirt by Bin. PSG still have 2 alive. Elk's going to try and keep the dragon aggro, but Betty can do a lot of work from a lot of range right now. Elk has the bullet time coming up in 7 seconds. Ginger trying to heal himself back up in the jungle. Elk there makes it rain. Bin going to try and get for the reset. Elk still full HP. Bullet time, no flash, no... Well, it has the flash, but no cleanse. Bin TP's in. Ginger's looking for it. And Elk finds one. The shutdown, he'll find another great cleanse from Elk. Ginger able to survive, but Bin will take the Drake. The soul, not quite, but PSG.
Bin wins those! Oh my goodness, he wins the 1v1 with Maple on Yone up on the top side of the map.
So many need them on MF because you have that strut on. That solar flare.
Good afternoon. Mr. Reed, are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
It was a mile wide. On gets caught with the Glacial Prison, has no flash, has the exhaust, will get away for now. The world's between as Woody trying to escape, but he's just burst out by Elk. Those 4 items coming to the fore for BLG. A Cyclone onto Ginger, who has the flash as well. The bullet time comes out, the slicing Maelstrom, as Bin is trying to dive across them. Betty and Maple, the only 2 left alive for PSG. Maple will flash, but the bullet still finds his back. BLG win the fight.
Huge pick right there. Maybe it was a caster curse. BLG looking like they are on the warpath. Another objective bounty on top of it. Lot of bounty gold, both objective and champion, going the way of BLG. Huge comeback swing available in the last couple of plays.
And a bunch of waves crashing at the same time. Cannon in the bot lane still harassing that tower down. Mid lane turret is taken by BLG. The gold swings in their favor for the first time in a long time in this game.
I think there is an angle for PSG though to create pressure on this top side. You already look at where Maple is. 30 seconds until Dragon. BLG have to respond to this because it's an open inhibitor, so the grand scheme of things.
Oh, BLG setting up something here. Ginger able to dodge away from On, puts the Glacial Prison back in him. Down to half HP, the Mystic shots from Betty, and On is off! Betty now locked in the pit with Knight, but do you really want to be locked in there with him? The TP in from Azure as well, looking for that slicing mushroom. Remember, there's no exhaust as well. Maple Bin still looking for that flank. Woody's going to try and mark him. They see him, the counter-strike goes in. The bullet time as well, Azure's ripped to pieces. Fate sealed from Maple isn't enough. Bin diving onto Woody, and that's 2. Betty forced to away, has to dash away from Shun, and Bin is just doing so much work on the back line. It's a double for Elk. The flank sublime from BLG.
At the end of the day, it's been Jax in back-to-back Dragon fights. He gets the job done, and with the Baron buff, BLG are inside the base.
And it just helps out Elk so much. The bullet time is perfect. The flash away from the Yone ult as well. Elk needed to be that follow-up and damage, and he's putting PSG down.
It's Betty's time to shine. He opens up on Elk, who tanks the tower. Bin going in with a counter-strike as well. They'll just take one Nexus tower for now, but Betty gets the slow. Knight goes in, and Betty dashes away. He can't survive the weirding. Puts him 6 feet under, and now BLG will open up on the second Nexus tower. Woody going back in, looking for Bin again, but Bin somehow still survives. PSG wiped away under their Nexus towers. Azure spawns just in time to watch the Nexus fall.
I think it's also really interesting because BLG have kind of identified, hang on a second, PSG talent don't have a lot of engage tools. They're a lot better at disengage. And when you look at BLG, Jace and probably an AP Kai'Sa.
The smite for it though. Knight's coming across. Maple working his way towards the river as well. Ginger should be able to secure at least one of these. Chucks out another rock at Shun and Knight. Bin now moving from the top side. Ginger using his smite to secure the second grub, or the first for his team, but the second in totality on here. Woody joining the battle as well. Bin still keeping that grub aggroed. Shun has his smite back up and can get the Scuttle Crab and the grub as well.
But that was kind of what you want to see from BLG, this slow pace when it comes to the fight. So then you have to try and back up as PSG, because without Woody there, they don't really have a big engage tool. Maple had already used his ultimate.
I don't really think he wants to challenge this, and it's so interesting how many things kind of domino into each other in that bot lane, right? Like Elk getting the reset, then being able to freeze it out. He has the colors, already 49 stacks left on it, so he's over halfway towards completing it. But because of the way that they then push the lane out, see Ginger actually getting caught here as Jun going in for the engage, on with a great hook, and Ginger falls for first blood.
And to your point, Medic, this is what Prime BLG looks like. This movement from On, constantly shifting around the map, holding positions so then he can get out.
Is no longer an option for Maple. Shun should be able to chase him down, who dash across the wall with a flap, flap, flap. Knight still chasing here, Glacial Prison used just to make sure that this dragon is going extinct alongside his buddies. Knight will secure the kill, his second of the game. Want to funnel it on.
You gotta point it somewhere else. Yeah.
Try and get someone Maple, who's about 700 gold behind in the mid lane and maybe more, as there's the flash engage from Shun. Maple down again, and Shun joins Knight on the scoreboard. Has been seeing a lot of play in solo queue recently and in ARAM, but Kobe, do you want to elucidate why he may have gone this?
Well, it's obviously because of the world song, Heavy Lies the Crown, and it's a crown.
Also, if you can't get a murder book, you need a murder crown.
So we see Shun getting caught up here. PSG trying to fight it. Bin going in with the counter-strike. Woody misses, but gets the charm, doesn't get the knock-up, and now he needs to get the hell out of there. Depth charge onto Ginger. It's another for Knight. He's stacking the hubris. Put them back under the ground. Knight finds another double, and there's 19 stacks on his hubris already.
You know, 1-for-1 on trades for ultimates and flashes used there, with Woody investing everything. Maybe that can open up a place for PSG to attack. It's so difficult because set up with a teleport. Maybe they...
So Betty has no Featherstorm, but does have a cleanse and a flash. On's trying to get on top of him to get the staggering blows down. They're going to land the dredge line onto Woody, who dashes back with a battle dance and escapes. Well played. You have done damage to dies. You get a big burst of extra AD for the next 90 seconds, and that can sack up as well, right? So you get stronger through the course of the fight, through your hubris, which is probably why the item was named that way. Hover around this bot side to keep this tower alive. Maple's here as well. Shun is going to meet him. Impale lands onto one. The dredge line short from On. Elks, though, still looking for the plate. There's one minion still alive. On will now tank up the tower, and Woody will have a grand entrance and give On a grand exit.
Their dream of team fighting their way out of it, and does get all the way into enemy territory. So no further benefit gain there, but still, even being able to Skarner ult under tower,
rejoin with his teammates. PSG are looking for that fight. Ginger very tanky with the Zeke's convergence. Maple still stacking up, sneezing all over BLG. Woody looking for that flank, has the quickness, has the flash in a couple of seconds. The engage with the Glacial Prison. Featherstorm coming out from Betty, quickness from Woody. They're looking for On, but the depth charge will lock him up for a second. On now, sacrificed by BLG. as PSG managed to find a kill. Bin still pushing in the bot side. Jun being chased out by Aja, but doesn't quite land the stun into the wall. Jun just still looking for Elk, who has the cleanse, but goes for Knight instead. Pulls him back. Where's the damage? It's Aja right now. The keeper's verdict is that Knight is guilty. His hubris has been his downfall as Junja puts him 6 feet under.
There's no way BLG had the correct timer on Aja's teleport, I feel like. You know, they kind of walk into this, and even if they had gotten the smite there, this is huge for PSG.
And even the silver lining of getting bot tower was just answered by top for PSG. Now, BLG will get this tower, but you can already look at bot side and see that PSG are going to trade as well. So what had been a good start for BLG is really starting to disappear as Aja now solo under the tower. This could be a bit of risky play.
He has the keeper's verdict in a few seconds, still has his flash. Betty trying to come across as well. He's met with Knight. The accelerated shock blast doing a lot of work on, looking for that turret. TP coming in from PSG as they look to collapse. On not tanking the tower yet, has that concussive blow. Steadfast presence coming out. There's the quickness. It's only onto the tank so far, but onto the first target. Glacial Prison coming down as well with Slow Maple for a second, but Junja's here to join the Barney, to join the fight. PSG find another bin, is pinged to hit that mid lane tower, but there's still a couple of seconds before he can get on it. Betty's going to try and answer him. He has the demolish and 5 grubs. It will be enough to take the turret.
But it's the exact same thing again. BLG not respecting this chase even further. PSG not really sure how they want to approach this. Aja has his teleport up, but he's still going to run there. Terror goes down, and now if this Poppy shows on the wave, Jace TP's in.
There's the TP in. Aja can TP as well. Will answer with one of his own. BLG moved up as 4 for now. Bin's going to join them. Junja trying to get in towards the pit to take the Drake. Unlocked up. The Blade Caller coming back as well, and Junja will land the smite. But Woody goes down first. Shun and Bin, the next 2 targets. It's support for support so far. Aja still looking for a little bit more. Knight.
Got 2 fat tanks in front of you. Can't really get the damage around them. Forces the flash with just the raw Skarner ultimate, and PSG, another one.
2 items on him, 2 as well for Maple with the Manamuna in the Spear of Sojin, 2 as well for Knight, or 2.5 with the Last Whisper in his inventory. Maple still sacking up a little bit slow as the hook goes down onto Junja. There's the double impale into the grand entrance, but the charm coming back with the quickness into the Blade Caller. Look at the CC, look at the suppression on BLG, and look at the flash forward from Betty. He tries to get onto Elk, he can't quite get the damage down. Elk somehow survives through the burn, through everything. Elk is still standing.
Just needed a tiny bit more.
Behind. Elk not here. Knight the first target. Azure locks him up for a second. On going forward as well. Azure still trying to chase Knight out. Bin here to join the party as On flashes away. Keeper's verdict on Bin is that he needs to come back in a couple of moments. He's going to TP behind them here, but perhaps PSG have a moment in the 4v5 to really open up. Mon comes down, the Featherstorm used as well, but Bin finds the 4-man stun on the back line. Elk cleanses away the Blade Caller route, and once again it's Giga Bin absolutely styling on fools.
PSG completely fall. The Baron taken for the LPL.
BLG. I'm sure their fans were not worried at any moment in any game in this series.
No, can tell you, not at all. Licking their wounds, do not want to fight BLG once more.
And the important thing for the poke comp is to be ahead of the curve in terms of items, in terms of damage, and that's exactly where BLG are now. 6,000 gold their lead. They have 3 items on Knight. They have 2.5, almost 3 on Elk, who is going to continue to rattle down damage with those Avoid Seekers. PSG.
And every comp with a Bin Jax is just a Bin Jax comp as well. Especially if you have a Sejuani, but he's over 2,000 gold ahead now as well, working on the Frozen Heart, so he can be a tank in the middle.
On looking for the hook here onto Azure, goes in with the depth charge as well. He's impaled, the quickness on the backline, but already BLG have taken 1 kill. It's 1 for 1 so far. On and Azure falling. Betty having to pop the Featherstorm. Bin is Bin, baby! Already we see Elk killing off Betty. Bin looking for a little bit more as Woody dashes out of the fight. Bin wasn't even really needed, just forces PSG away. Now the tier 2 in the bot lane, the target for BLG.
There's a nice attempt from PSG, but Bin on the flank sets up for BLG to take the fight. Now he's back on towards mid, and he's healthy as you like.
Maple has hit that execution threshold, and looks like PSG are trying to collapse onto Bin. No flash for him, no way out, you gotta feel. Goes back in with the counter strike. Who needs a way out? This is Bin we're talking about, and then he dashes away with a leap strike. Put him in the trash, Bin. Series against FlyQuest as well. It was a very close game in the early game until FlyQuest really began to take it away. They're still looking for more here, though, as Ginger goes in with the Impale. The quickness coming out as well is stopped by the depth charge, but Knight is locked against the wall, and Bin, even he can't rectify this situation, can't bail them out. The bait caller back onto On, who has to flash away himself. Elk now joining the battle, a double counter-strike as the engage goes on to Azure, but BLG have only found one so far. Betty's on that front line, no Feather Storm for him, and Bin finds it again. I doubted him for a second, but he makes you believe that Jax is the most OP pick in the game. It's Bin again to clean it up for BLG.
Bin decimates PSG Talon, and with that, they will be bowing out of the World's Championship, but for BLG, it's only one more step on what is a long road ahead of them.
BLG are looking to get to 2-2, to challenge for the quarterfinals, to continue to level up as they defeat PSG.
These were some of the best highlights from all the matches of the day at Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below.
So don't let that chip spoil your trip.
Is that a chip?
These were some of the best highlights from all the matches of the day at Worlds 2024.
Seeming to get out too far ahead as Razor looking for a play on mid.
Yeah, he's driving through. There is the turnaround though from Xiao, who he does have Tarzan here, but the first blood still just comes through, and Tarzan diving onto Razov now underneath the turret, and it's a double for the little Tiger. My God!
Big Tiger now.
This is Shur Khan. He's got Tarzan with him. They're used to that, and they're pushing in this wave. And of course, Nidalee pretty happily getting through those.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to get at least some of them here, but Fnatic have the earlier move with Jun heading over. There's no teleport on Humanoid, though, because of the early skirmish and loss. So now their mid laner's not going to be here. It looks a little sketchy.
Yep, 2 of the grubs already taken down. That was where Tarzan invested his smite. That won't be contested on the third one. So maybe Fnatic going to be putting a little bit more pressure on the next spawn.
Yeah, it's one of the benefits, too, of having Miss Fortune as your bottom laner. You saw Light kind of walking up very quickly with the strut movement speed.
Kind of the worst of both worlds for Fnatic as well, because you don't really have anything that you can do there towards the grubs with the rotation. As Razor maybe looking for a play here.
Yep, going to be spotted on a ward as he does make his way in, but there's Jun with the engage. They do a lot of damage, and Light will be going down. Jun's still going to be sacrificed, so a 1-for-1 in the end, but this might give Fnatic enough time to grab some plates as well. That's looking like that is just going to be given over. I think the first dragon, not something you necessarily need to lose your minds over. 600 gold the lead for Weibo, but I think to go back to what we were talking about in the draft, this isn't that bad, right?
We'll see about the swaps if they can get it back, but currently Tarzan on the bottom side as we're still a minute away from that second grub pack spawning, and he wants to punish bot.
Yeah, as the bullet time to come through there, not really doing very much, but Noah still has to use the cleanse. The ignite comes down afterwards, good sidestep there from at least Noah, but Jun unfortunately is going to be left to the wolves. Nice Magnet Storm just to make sure that his Varus is safe, but it's not going to keep him alive as Light gets his revenge.
Died earlier. They have been able to get vision, set it up here, so they do still really want to go. I do think that the gold lead that is there for Weibo isn't by itself detrimental, but if they're getting cut off guard...
Razov does come through, does find the stun into the wall. The Impale comes through, but he was stunned. Not actually going to bring him anywhere, and Breathe with that ultimate is keeping himself alive for so long. Almost survives, but doesn't. Gets cut down by Noah. He's going to be traded through, though. Both top laners to go down. As Chris getting taken down over and over again. You can see Razov down low. Jun as well, just trying to get out the crash down the flash, and Fnatic are out of there.
Really needed more kills to make that worth their while.
Oh, Chris finding the interruption on the recall. Will be able to take down Humanoid there, and that means these grubs are definitely going over to Weibo.
Humanoid did flash over into the Tri-Brush in the earlier play, and so then here, while he's recalling by the Tri-Brush at their tower, just gets spotted by Chris.
Actually, not too bad, though, for Fnatic.
This is working.
As, obviously, topside was, I think, going to get taken nonetheless, with their bot lane already showing towards that bot wave. You can't really fight this topside right now. 3-0 on Xiaohu. Tarzan obviously really fed due to the early impact that he's made.
Yeah,
Oscar alone is not going to be enough. Again, 6 grubs.
Yeah, they're just hitting it. Tarzan as well can give attack speed over to Xiaohu. It is just going to be taken out, and that's what happens. I think
his hardest, but he doesn't have a lot of attack speed to get through that turret.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work. It's Crisp taking a little bit of damage there, but not really too much to worry about as Noah finally does get through that structure. And so I think 6 plates to 7 is where it was at, if memory serves. So not actually that bad, but an inner turret going down?
Yeah, exactly. It's very rare in this, check-in at the 14-minute mark and where they're checking in on turret plates.
The problem with Fnatic falling this far behind for me is that even though, again, I think that composition is a little bit more playable when you are in a deficit because of the CC.
Crisp is deep.
But do you have the damage?
Very far forward as Breed does get through the turret. Let's see how Eclipse is going to work here. Taxi's out with the Zenith Blade. As now Oscar in and he's trying to make his way and he's teleporting right on top of 2 members of Weibo. And now he's dashing after Tarzan. Flashes over the wall. Tarzan should be taken down here, but meanwhile, the rest of the fight, the culling comes on through. Oscar in is able to finally take down the Nidalee as Xiaohu dashing through finds that piercing light, but can he get anything more?
Oscar,
as the
he healed
wraparound's
up.
coming through, this could be the team fight. Another huge counter-strike onto 2 as Humanoid gets the kill on the Misfortune. The damage is falling and Fnatic will find it.
It's the reverse Fnatic! They fell behind early, but find a monster fight here.
And it's still a fair bit of vision available, a fair few traps available here. So Weibo do understand what's going on, but they will, I think, look to take down this turret first. And let's see whether Fnatic let them. It's another smash into the wall. Double impale from Razov. There's the counter-strike as well. He barely needed it. Shaohu's going to fall. Crisp immediately afterwards. And the rest of Weibo are reeling. They're going to lose the dragon. They could lose more.
Get off of our turret now!
It's still there!
And Xiaohu tried to finish it. Xiaohu has flash, by the way. Crisp has flash, by the way. And they wanted to finish the turret. They thought they could finish the turret in time.
Apologies, Atlas. I didn't mean
It's
to.
okay. I don't think that one's been coined before. Please let me know if you
That's
have
an
any
Atlas
idea.
special.
Yeah. But you made me feel like right home about something.
As long as these summoners are there for this AD carry, I think Weibo are going to have a tough time as Breathe.
Yeah, Breathe is going to find Jun here, but also a few extra friends that maybe he didn't want to hang out with, as there's a teleport coming through as well. He is soaking a lot. The Sterix is going to be there. The zoning impale comes through, and the culling just tickling Oscar Innen, who still dives forward. I'm not sure about that one. Xiaohu going to finish him off in the end. Bullet time not doing a whole lot of anything, and the minion wave is there to soak these spears.
But they might feel like they are on a timer. Breathe looking for a flank, does get marked by Oscar, and not a lot of vision available here.
Yeah, Breathe going to get pushed away. Counter-Strike
Poke.
not really going to find too much, but Fnatic kind of getting split here as Humanoid off to the side. Doesn't want to have to flash to get in towards a fight here. And Xiaohu clearing out vision over and over. It is going to be the Drake picked up as Razor. You can see it. He wants to find the angle, but that is a beautiful interruption. And
Looking for the 5v5s. I don't know if that's the way to go against Fnatic, because this front line is beefy.
And these last 20 seconds, Weibo have been losing resources with the Jack split push.
yeah, Xiaohu trying to get in there. Chris with the flash. Zenith Blade does try
TP.
to get Humanoid out of the fight. Xiaohu just going to be taken down, though. Noah says no. That is going to be the bullet time. So there's a trade of mid laners now. But Fnatic feel like they still want this fight. And you can understand why. Chris thrown into the blender and will be chopped down. And they are not done yet. Smacked into the wall is the Crocodile. And Breathe just has to slice and dice his way out. Yep, comes in immediately here as Razok playing Dodge the Spear. Game that you're sort of forced into playing when there's a Nidalee on the field. That is going to be the Ocean Drake being taken down to about half health already here as Spear's being avoided. Oscar Innen still just trying to play that front line. And Razok, if he stands in front of his team, it's very difficult to get anything past him. You can see he's so incredibly tanky, and that is going to be that third Ocean taken down. And now he's driving forward, finds the slam into the wall. The Impale goes down as well. The Magnus Storm just sucks them all in. And the Renekton Nidalee just lying on the floor in an instant.
To chunk him out were expended, and so Fnatic have the advantage in the fight. They take the objective, they get the kill, and they're going to take Baron too.
Cross map being set up here for Weibo. Xiaohu going for that, but that's, I think, all they're going to get. Oscar has been sent over. Can TP in case of a crazy Weibo contest, but that's not coming through. And Fnatic, I think the expectations, particularly after some of their previous games, not going to be very high. But what's the key thing to me, outside of that one play from Oscar,
Worry some people, but we'll see
yeah, I
whether
was
it
about to
works
say
out.
that, but now comes actually killing the Nexus. And I think first, getting inhibitors, right, makes it so much easier to play the map. We have been very proactive about continuously looking for these fights.
I mean, from this point on, it is just so easy for Fnatic. Because Weibo's comp has just run out of steam and would be their dream scenario.
Crazy flag.
Breathe looking for that angle. You can see the Crocodile making his way in. Chris gonna start up the fight as Razok just a brick wall in front, and they will just choose to kill the Leona, and she's gonna go down extremely quickly. The bullet time not really doing too much. The culling following suit, and Oscar dives into that backline and triple kill just instantly. That's one heck of a counter strike for that engage. As Breathe not gonna be doing enough here, and Jun just gonna come back just to help out with these guys. As Razok is immortal, this Skarner is never gonna die.
This one, Kobe, it's Fnatic with the outscale. It's Fnatic with the comeback.
Oh my goodness, this was not on my bingo card this morning, but I'm very happy to sketch it in crayon as these Nexus turrets are falling down, and Fnatic on their home turf will not be pushed away by Weibo in game one. Not with that early game composition. They'll move up 1-0 in the series. Unfortunately, there's no Amumu, but it's fine. You can layer these abilities on top of each other. With a Magnet Storm, you can just kill everyone.
Here's my question to you, though. How much Wombo combo is too much? Do you even need the extra piece of misfortune? Because do you want another, like,
no such thing as too much.
And punish on that?
Yeah, information over to both sides here, as that is going to be Tarzan locking down the blue buff. Gets the crash into the wall as well, as Noah's going to come on over. Level 3, Breathe taking a fair bit of damage now as Humanoid. He can rotate over as well.
They're going in!
Possibly in trouble. There's the crash down. Crisp taking so much damage, but he flashes to get away. Razok doing exactly the same thing. Noah just standing there looking for someone to hit, as Razok should be taken out, but not before they get the kill on the Rakan. And now Xiao, remember, doesn't have flash and is now in the Thunderdome, but the rest of Weibo are there trying to keep him safe. Counter-Strike to come out. Just trying to zone him away as best they can.
This wave state is horrible, though. It's pushing away from Breathe, and the rest of Weibo is towards the top side of the map, trying to get these grubs. They will get that. Fnatic looking to counter with both a Dragon and possibly Jun. He's still backing. It looks like they're going to let Breathe get to the wave anyway, so just a trade of objectives here.
Yeah, quite nice there for Weibo. Honestly, the player that I had my magnifying glass on from the champion select in light on his Ezreal is probably the place that they are still most.
As the bottom lane moves towards topside.
Quite early as well, considering normally this happens to try and get...
Oh, whoa, there's the flash in, the Shattering Strike, and the bullet time comes through. Crisp, there was nothing he could do about it. It's now Tarzan looking for an opportunity. They're not going to be able to find the angle. Good flash. They look to start off these grubs. Already 3 in possession, so they only need to get 1 to activate these mites. It's now Xiaohu rotating over a ward as well, but gets that ward into the river. And so that is going to be the first one taken down. 4 grubs, make that 5. As Fnatic just say, yeah, you had 6 last time and we still seem to win, so may as well just not fight for it.
If they're not taking it, then Oscar, and how come he didn't hard push on the wave? Now he goes up to hard push the wave, that all of them are gone. Did make them a little bit extra cautious, but in the end, they're going to cede it due to the completed items here.
Yep, looks like Fnatic will just be able to take this one down. Crisp is going to poke his head in, see what's going on, but Tarzan not in the area, and that is going to mean the Dragon does go over to Fnatic. We've got another Ocean Soul back-to-back this game. A lot of brushes, as now Crisp going to get slowed down, but it's Rakan. Fair bit of mobility as far as options there. They get the teleport out. Razok just holds onto the ulti. But now the Magnet Storm still comes in. Bullet time doing so much work as Crisp. Burning down, but still going to be able to escape. And now Breathe on the flank angle, and he finds Jun, takes him out. And that is going to be the second kill in the fight as Razok hits the deck. Weibo, they struck a little bit late in that one, but it worked out so beautifully.
To get Humanoid out.
This time, just like in game number 1, Weibo is going to be able to pick this up.
Oscar take this turret as well.
Has been left to his own devices in the bot lane, so just pushing away. First turret block to come through.
Ooh, John looking for a little bit of a wraparound here as Razok not able to get the interruption on the back. There goes the Rift Herald. Tarzan collects that one. We'll see whether we get an earlier turret take in mid lane this time, as if at first you don't succeed, let's just do it again. As he does get charmed, doesn't quite work out as Crisp with the quickness finds 1 charm. There's the knock up, the flash forward into the Impale. Shockwave layered on top. Man, that looked completely unplayable for Humanoid.
It's pretty much game over. It did feel very telegraphed. Maybe the call was that even if he does infest the flash, Crisp just follows up with his own and you still end up going down. I'd have to see the replay, but it is a big win for Weibo.
A bit far up here as they're trying to get some control. Shattering Strike comes in, another crash down as there's the equalizer doing a lot of work. And there goes the Skarner, couldn't do anything about it at all. It's Chris battle dances his way out, and the Rift Herald does get a charge, might get a turret, but I don't think they'll get a dragon.
Deja vu?
Yeah.
Okay, this time it does go down.
Okay, yeah, finish. All right, Breathe is in the top lane though, looking to try and trade Dragon for an inner turret. It's going to be a large influx of gold here for Weibo if he's able to get it. Especially if they get a cheeky Oscar in and with it as Jun coming up, trying to keep himself alive. As, yeah, they're taking a lot of damage. Chris is going to have to get out of there. The Rumble does fall, but I think they'll be trading top laners as Breathe looking to get out. That's going to be Noah collecting the kill as well. It's the worst possible scenario. As now Humanoid, he's got some more dashes. Light comes in, and Humanoid goes out. But Xiaohu may not be so lucky. Noah's flashing forward. He's a psycho, but it's working. As Light tries to push him away and will be successful.
Oh yeah, it still comes down to the next big breaking point here, because it has certainly not been determined yet.
Well, Chris taking a fair bit of damage here is interrupted. No blast code for you. The equalizer thrown down doesn't quite work out, but Crisp is already dead. Tarzan getting closed in on him. Breathe gonna have to be an absolute hero here, but he's knocked up. The Skarner's taken out. Razuka with an amazing flash, but Light is now in the fight, and Noah will be taken out. It's a double. It is gigantic. Triple now for the Ezreal. Make it a quadra, and Light turns up, and the lights are out for Fnatic.
Oh my god! 4 kills in the hands of Light's Ezreal? This game just went so far the way of Weibo.
He's on vision. He's on vision.
Yeah, Tarzan does get himself over. Not going to quite find the stun, though, as Breathe gets into that backline. This Counter-Strike not quite as good, but Humanoid still going to get taken out of the fight. Another shockwave on absolutely everyone in that particular area, and Jun going to get taken out in the end. Breathe going to finish him off, and I feel like Weibo, they may have just started this snowball rolling.
And then turning everything over towards the Baron area of the map. I mean, it's 25 seconds on both Noah and Razork. Weibo just control the entire map.
And then one team fight. Really good for Weibo, but not that great. I think this one is. Fnatic wasn't going to be able to contest, and as we see Weibo pick it up even further, building upon that gold lead.
Yep, the Baron is going to be taken down, and I want to just put everyone's eyes towards Xiaohu.
Breathe.
Probably going to find out that there is a Jun in that brush. So far, he's a bit of a secret agent. Finds a Magnus Storm onto 3. The cease and desist comes in. The Ezreal has been taken out, but Humanoid have to sacrifice himself for it. The knock-ups are beautiful, though. Crisp able to answer back, and Noah gets caught in the impale. I think that Weibo might just be too far ahead, and even though that grand entrance didn't work, it's only Jun trying to clip Klopp away.
That's the beauty of a triple carry composition. Yes, Light gets taken out, but they have more than enough damage with the rest of the members.
Yeah, Jun trying to get to his fountain here. I don't know whether he's going to be successful. There's hungry Weibo players, and it's Xiaohu that's able to cash in 4-0-13 on this Orianna, looking so much better, and Weibo looking to even out the series.
Yeah, and they're going to get at least 2 here in the inhibitors, with Breathe immediately after that fight went mid to push the mid wave, so they got value out of both Baron buffs, pushing topside, pushing mid. They successfully get 2 inhibitors off of that fight as well. Also saying that was one of the more stylish Seekers on guards that we've seen from Breathe, trying to pull off a last stand here.
It's going to have to be an absolute miracle. The True Shot Barrage does go wide. Razork tried to get in there just to push Crisp away, and he's just not going to even listen to him. There's a flash forward, though. They find the ultimate onto Xiaohu, but he just goes golden. And now it's Weibo's turn to throw a volley back. The 2-man shockwave is beautiful, and Light is absolutely untouched this time around. Humanoid has some mobility, but unfortunately he's moving only to the death chamber in this instance. 2 of these Nexus turrets will be taken out, and Weibo are going to even out the series here up against Fnatic.
We're going to a game 3, baby. Woo!
We're not.
Oh!
Okay.
He actually slammed it. I was like, oh, you know, maybe Humanoid will play something a little bit different. No, he'll play something a lot different.
Things are going well pre-6. You're feeling good as Razork might have snuck in here.
Yeah, gets behind them. No Shattering Strike to come down, but now the Vault Breaker is good. Light in a bit of trouble. Only level 4 for Razork as Crisp tries to come round. He's still burning it. Razork flashes underneath and picks up the kill. He's still in so much trouble. The minions gets the shield from the passive. Not even close.
Incorporating this Swain, you know, we've seen already the success of these, like, unsuspecting picks.
Yeah.
You know, these non-meta picks from, you know, FlyQuest really leading the charge with a lot of that. But Swain transforms your team fight. Now he's under attack, though.
Yeah, does pop that ultimate. Let's see whether he can keep trying to take these health bars. That Demon Flare not going to be working out just yet. And that is Tarzan locking down the kill, answering back from Fnatic's first blood earlier.
So a lot of people are always going to keep on looking at Humanoid's flash. In this scenario, he also did not use it.
Are we still trying to work out how we feel about this, Kobe? Is that what?
Yeah.
When looking at the CS, we do see Weibo actually across the board doing well as Jun. Will be able to get the cancel.
Yeah, it does just crash down his way out. The flash impale from Tarzan, though, and even though the satchel does go off, it does nothing at all. Crisp is going to be the one, unfortunately, to grab the kill, but that is going to put Weibo in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, the Gnar is absolutely destroying it there.
Low.
Yeah, this could be a little bit of a problem here. Cease and assist, they just look to go in onto Tarzan. Mega Inferno Bomb does a lot of work. Crash down. So much CC in the bouncing bomb to finish him off, and now with the teleport, Breeze goes through. There's the Never-Moving Lights in so much trouble. Oh, man.
To base. See if Fnatic can deny a single one, but it doesn't look likely.
Now that's going to be 6. That is every single grub this series that Weibo's been able to pick up for themselves. Vision of Empire, just to see exactly what was happening.
Vision.
There we go.
They want to fight this.
It's so dangerous. Like, Fnatic's, their circles are online, gentlemen.
Okay,
and
so
could be very scary. And so Weibo just going to give it up with the setup there.
it's a flip though
For the second wave, like no one else rotated ahead of time up there. So in the end, Bree's still going to get solo gold on this outer tower.
That's
just
like,
before the plates
that's
fall
like
down
a
as well.
600-700 gold swing. I think it was up 300 gold. And now it will be...
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
it
Gnar's
was-
going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Shelly Pit has been theirs this entire game. That is going to be secured here as well. So Tarzan will be able to put that one down. That is another turret destroyed.
That's another.
Yep,
How many
satchel
plates?
props, exactly.
But
As
with the
Tarzan doesn't quite get
Oh
through,
my-
does have to get
The Rift
go
Herald
back and
is
get the eye.
Rift Herald is basically like a cheat sheet for killing mid lane turrets. So
Do they even need it?
yeah, actually with 6 grubs.
They don't need... Oh my...
And there was
Okay,
no one really here.
So, Fnatic, it really now is a, what, like 3-4 plays in a row are just getting mega out-rotated.
That right there, you show up to the test.
Even if you can drain. So, Fnatic, I think they need a good fight. One bad fight, and they go in.
Ooh, Season Assist comes down. There's the combo with the Mega Inferno Bomb, and Noah locks down that kill and Impale to try and pull Razork back, but he's pretty tanky, and he's able to get himself out. Meanwhile, a bit of a battle towards the top side, but that is going to be the interruption.
That's big.
Should be free
And
dragon.
that should be it.
TP towards top side here.
Yep, Trisha Barrage
From
gets a fair bit of
Shahu.
information at the same time. Shahu looking to try and get that dive to work out. It should be the dragon going on over, but can Oscar be okay as he dives in? The charm is gorgeous. The flash pretty good, but back underneath the turret they go. They're surviving for so long. Breathe will be able to tank that last shot, and Shahu finishes him off.
Some praying there in the audience going on. Fnatic do still get the dragon, but that is a good counterpunch. You know, whenever again Weibo see Fnatic.
And now they're just looking to try and defend this bottom side, but that turret is just gone. Grand Entrance doesn't really do too much. The flash out from Razork, the Mega Inferno Bomb, just to try and get them out of here. This one out. I don't think she's going to be
Razork's
charging into
efficient.
this turret because I think it's an inhibitor that's going to be in front of her. As now Tarzan going to be able to get Noah out of there. Good satchel defensively, but the inner turret is also going to fall. And it's as if they've got Baron, but they don't even have Baron. They're taking everything down here as the Swain going to have to try and go back, but that is a charge onto an already dead turret. Charm going to be avoided, still taking a fair bit of damage. Vision of Empire, fair bit of damage there as well as True Shot Barrage will clip him. Humanoid down to 50%. Razork trying to get in. Jun, he eventually presses the button, and that is going to be a beautiful pullback, but you can see Crisp, he's still able to get out of there. Breathe can tank up for so long because he's so extraordinarily fed, and they're limping away, but they're getting away. Noah has to flash, and he eventually gets it.
They know, but will they be in time?
Yeah, can they do anything about it? As you can see, Weibo, I think they're looking for a turn. Fnatic fully grouped, trying to get themselves in there.
Oh, the
And,
Mega
yeah,
Gnar.
that Gnar is looking absolutely gorgeous here from Breathe. Does he have an angle though? Can he get himself in there? There is the wallop. It does go wide. As now the cease and assist on top of Breathe finds an Gnar under 3. As now Weibo looking to try and get in. In goes Humanoid. Oh, this demonic ascension is massive. Still it's Tarzan that's taking down the Baron. But can they kill this Swain? He flashes on top of them. And the answer is yes. They can indeed kill the Swain. Now Jun, nowhere to go. Tarzan pushing them around. And Fnatic, we're just a bit too far behind.
Weibo slammed the door shut on Fnatic's hope. That is a clean ace plus the Baron.
It's limits.
If there wasn't such a big wallet difference, then maybe. Then Fnatic probably could have done a little bit there.
It was really big.
But the wallet difference ensures that Breathe survives, ensures that Weibo now full control of this game.
Making his way forward. This Gnar is more than mega. We need another word.
Giga Gnar!
Giga Gnar, there we go. It's beautiful. As Humanoid should be able to get rid of this minion wave using the Sith Lightning. Breathe now finds himself a little bit alone. I'm trying to do the math. I'm trying to figure out whether 5 members of Fnatic are enough to deal with it. And I think we've got enough tape to say that maybe that is debatable. As Chris now helping on a bit of an angle here. Cease and desist going to be used here. Razzle gets himself in. They look for Breathe. They get him down low once again, and finally he falls. But at the same time, it's a triple for the Ezreal, making another quadra kill. And you stop thinking about trying to kill Light at your peril. As 4 lying on the floor in an instant, and Xiaohu just trying to keep Noah out of there. These Nexus turrets are next on the menu, and Weibo Gaming will keep themselves alive here in the Swiss stage, and unfortunately we have to say goodbye to Fnatic.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
Level
For
1.
that dive.
It's a huge wave that is crashing onto this turret as well. As Umpty moves over, Impact is there. They're on a ward, but can Kiaya keep himself alive? That's going to be the question. Already getting taken down so incredibly low. There's the counter-strike, but it's just not going to do anything. And Umpty, he'll go down in trade, but I think they'll take that. Look at this experience going to waste. Yon's going to be all right up against Kiaya for the minute. Right now, the Leap Strike's saying no, as he is going to walk away. Should be all right for the minute.
There is no
Another
TP
stacked wave is coming on in. Exactly right. As Jan just trying to do what he can. Flash out of the way of the Vault Breaker, but it's not going to save his life. As Levi happily tanks up the turret, and that's a better dive this time around. Liquid is that TL have a lot of ways to deal with a Jax trying to come in. Bramble Smash, fantastic, but Buster Shot is one of the best anti-Jax abilities in the game. As soon as that Counter-Strike does come in, you just boop him away, and it doesn't really do too much. But that is in team fights later on. And so far in this early game, the Jax being put in such a great position means that his ability to flank in team fights not quite as relevant, because he'll just probably mow through all your turrets.
Yeah. That being said, how much content have we made around GAM upsetting what are supposed to be major region favorites against them? GAM are legendary for that. Let's see. Wait a second.
Yeah, Elio could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got a battle on both fronts. Elio just going to get smacked into the wall, and he's not going to be going anywhere. Is APA going to survive? The answer is yes. On about 100 health is now EasyLock just trying to get rid of Umpty, but he's pretty tanky as this Christmas tree. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, Kiaya trying to get that dive to work as Impact in melee range with Levi, and he holds them off.
Last time, the dive looked a lot better for GAM. This
dive! What game are we playing?
I was about to say.
And he holds them off.
Last time, the dive looked a lot better for GAM. This
dive! What game are we playing?
I was about to say.
You know, towards this late game, it could certainly be a story of APA just moving into these lanes as, oh dear, cease and desist comes in, and yes, he's going to cease and desist, being alive on the map.
Extend into the CC for TL. That's something that we haven't seen yet. When it comes to the 5v5, I think the GAM comp is still good, but it does feel like it's very reliant on Levi goes in, you hit the shockwave, and you go from there. As the setup be tough here on this top side play.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like Kiaya, when you're watching GAM, is always the most consistent player and always such a threat. He's just, even in games that they lose, he's able to do so much. Shockwave that will be delivered by Levi, who's now bottom.
Ooh, big cancel. For JJ moving forward, Kiaya probably just going to be clearing up this wave, but that is a cease and desist, and Core JJ picks up the shield. Crash down is good. But will he have to flash here to try and get himself out of the way? The Buster Shot just to protect
Emo's
him.
on his way.
Yeah, he's not out of the woods just yet. Shattering Strike goes wide, and now it's going to be APA that's the target. Levi's so dangerous. That Shockwave was absolutely sick. And APA not long for the world. There's the Vault Breaker. The flash going to be used. But Emo comes in. And Levi, there's a reason why everyone fears this top jungle. Harder for a Jax to get towards that particular one. And 3,000 gold. That's what we're approaching here for GAM. Almost all of that money is into Kiaya and Levi. Kiaya especially because he's been in these side lanes getting all of this solo gold, and with our MasterCard lane economy snapshot, we're seeing that, yeah, we're a bit top skewed, but I think if you're a GAM fan, you're very happy about that, as Levi looking for a little bit more here, but Impact pretty slippery. He's able to get himself out.
Huh?
Gives Levi the thumbs up.
Free. Oh, hold on.
And everybody at least has their first items, but the GAM members are so far ahead, especially the top side.
Kiaya.
Let's go in.
Yeah, he's just going to get jumped on. I'm not sure about that one. Twisted Advance does come on through as Impact. He turns up at the same time. He's between worlds and teleports out. And the turret will fall down.
TL members up towards Kiaya, but yeah.
Umpty gets the tinsel out. Let's see whether they can actually lock down Kiaya here as he presses Counter-Strike and says, no, you're not.
Yeah, like two members is not enough. Like Kiaya is fed.
Well, it's okay. Core JJ's coming up. So let's see whether 3 members is going to be enough, as at least they do get him out of the way of this turret, and with those 6 scrubs, very easily take this one out. So there's another one, trying to claw back that gold difference, but it's not really working out. Levi over the wall. They're going to answer with this outer in the mid lane, and GAM just seem to be trading up every single time.
Trading up without your responses, then it would look even worse. Imagine the world where Kiaya actually was just able to stay on top side, and then the rest of the team also still got mid tower plus dragon. TL are trying to work something out.
These players into the right lanes to pick up this gold as Impact. Moving in, Levi just going to push him out of there. They didn't know that he was around.
They can lock him down.
Yeah, see whether they can find him there as between worlds goes the Aurora. The arrow's going to go wide, and Impact.
He's so strong!
What the heck is going on here? The Nature's Grasp doesn't work. He just grabs it in a 1 versus 3 and keeps himself alive. 2 items, flashing over the wall is Easy Love. APA just taking all of these arrows. Easy Love completes the kill there, and now Elio's starting up yet another fight. The rest of TL, they just want out.
The Sterix pops, he just brute force, they're not even done.
Yep, they're going back in, pulled back by the Shockwave, and Core JJ's wiped out. GAM now looking for this inner turret towards the bottom side, and this may have just been the back-breaking play.
Atlas, you said, TL, they got to try and
aim off, but the rest of the team, I mean, you see Easy Love flashing forward on the Ashe for the chases here. Kiaya, now his turn.
Yeah, flash is over, and Impact just going to be taken down, bonked on the head with a lamppost. Kiaya will continue his push.
For TL, have their 2 items.
That is true.
So their dream scenario is
maybe an overextension.
Yeah, perhaps, but Elio just gives him the door. There's the arrow as well. It's Umpty tanking up a whole lot as True Shot Barrage will sail through. Only hits onto one. Umpty surviving. Sapsip are going to be working out between worlds. There's the shutdown, the double kill for Impact. He's trying to get out of there, but already he's traded up as now APA just shooting Levi. There's the shutdown, and it's another kill. This one going over to Jan, and that one worked out so much better for TL.
You put a dent in that gold difference. It's still going to be dragon stacking for GAM though, and TL trying to push on the other side of the map. They've got a controller on Baron, and APA trying to split push with Tristana. Again, this is his comfort zone on the Tristana, continually shoving waves.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Being started.
Well, that
full vision.
Yeah, but they do it really quickly.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Wait, it's just done.
It's just gone.
The teleport is going to come in, but it's way too late. Nature's Grasp. There's some bounty gold as well for Team Liquid.
And they exit.
Yeah, they get the control ward in there. There's the Vault Breaker flash to come through. APA going to be taken down first. Can they keep these Barons alive? Is going to be the question. Umpty, he's trying to get out of there like a secret agent. Is now Kiaya trying to get some stuff. There's 3. The Shockwave onto 2. And Magnus Storm's trying to keep Jan alive, but it's not going to work. Everyone's in the blender, 4 on the floor, and Umpty's the only Baron that survived.
TL get Baron, but GAM make them pay!
Actually, the base isn't open, so there isn't a window here for GAM to actually just end the game. We've seen that happen, you know, the classic Baron for Nexus.
Baron for Nexus.
That's not the case here. The Tristana, one of the reasons why she is so powerful and was such a mainstay is because if you are able to buffer the initial CC, without his damage, this composition doesn't work.
We're trying to melt through this dragon. They should be able to take that, but objectives and getting out
Core.
hasn't necessarily been working, as there's the Counter-Strike once again. Umpty goes in, is going to split the floor
they don't
there.
know.
Yeah, Core JJ trying to find that Magnus Storm angle.
Wait, they do know. He's on the ward.
Yeah, okay, so not going to press that button just yet. Does have flash to try and get in if he can find another angle, but now this is looking very, very awkward and uncomfortable As Impact off to the side, there's another Vault Breaker being channeled here by Levi, trying to find his opportunity as, Umpty was just getting melted. Between worlds, Yon now trying to play these gaps, and Easy Love gonna be taking down Levi. Could be the next one. Yon is free firing. APA trying to fight against Timo, almost able to take him down, as now Impact is bouncing after them. The burn, is it gonna be enough as Emo is not walking fast enough. Yon gets over there, Mystic Shot lands. They lose 2, but they take 3 for it, and with that deficit, TL will take it.
They're gonna get another objective bounty here too. They're gonna keep pushing, keep jading. Team Liquid, continue the push.
They still haven't taken mid lane turret. There's a bounty on that.
We got mid lane turret. We got inhibitor turret.
We're gonna get it.
These bounty strats are so next level. You guys were telling me that this is a team that knows their macro. They've taken it to it. Like, this is not what I was expecting. The bounty meta is coming in, gentlemen.
This is not a strategy, Atlas. This is a bailout.
Gentlemen,
Being used. Is that going to be enough for TL? Looks like the answer might be no, as Umpty just staying on it. Control Ward does go over. True Shot Barrage onto 2. That is a lot of damage. This Ezreal is pretty fed right now. It's good buffer, but is he actually safe? There's the season assist, and it's APA that gets taken down by the Shockwave. Yon, he's still alive. Can he be the carry here for TL? Is the question. Gets health bars is so low. And they keep the Phalanx, and Kiaya is now just bunking them all on the head. That is going to be the team fight win, and Gam might just walk through and win the game.
And even though APA gets the buffer, he's still an easy target for the engage. Gets blown up, and Gam is gonna take game 1.
he buffered the Ash Arrow, but Levi delivers the shockwave from Emo, and Gam deliver the victory in game number 1.
What a slugfest here as Gam will take the first Nexus in this best of 3.
I mean, Gam, with the way that they played in game number 1, and being able to get such strong early game leads, this team comp is just so sturdy if they get ahead. Like,
Have seemed a little bit too synonymous with being able to take down so many of these teams. This year, though, you know, they did lose. These are best of 1s, but they lost to Flyers. Oh, that's a face check.
That's
and
2.
That's a cast curse if ever I've done one. Levi going to be taken out for first blood. It's Yon that picks up the kill. Easy Love now going the wrong direction. The Ashe is very, very dead, ladies and gentlemen. And you're welcome, TL. Sometimes you have to sing some praises to get some kills.
and they have put in so much prep for people invading for lane swap wards. Impact solo killed by Anar early on in this tournament. So, hoping it doesn't happen again.
There. Well, he's going back in, looking for a little bit more. The Hyperprocs are really dangerous. Umpty's moving on over. There's the flash forward. Can the fear come out? He gets into the brush, and that is the kill!
So,
Impact not solo killed this time.
You think Levi? Oh, no, not waiting.
Oh, he's going to walk out of it. The Pop Blossom goes absolutely nowhere as Levi gets in, but the flash gets APA out of there. Emo, Elio trying to get on through as there's the dissonance. Oh, again! Clockwork was wound up, and now the grand entrance comes in. Emo gonna burn down. CoreJJ locks up the kill, and APA's back. He finds another one. Humpty, this ultimate hunter is almost fully stacked before he even has the ability.
Knock up from APA, but I think Levi actually still got stunned, so he uses his Q, uses his flash. So at that point, he is fully committed to just trying to make the play work. His free grabs come through, and T is 3-0-2, 1.3k gold up.
Through the rest of the jungle, you already saw there, with the extra lead that he has, well...
Arrow going to connect. Shape Splitter is going to work out, but that was the clone, and he can hit both of them anyway. Emo going to finish that one up. The arrow from Easy Love looked too good.
And then on the Tristana and Tribush recalling.
Yes, Umpty is big, but do not be mistaken. We saw how good
There's
this
some
fighting
darkness
was.
here as there is a Meganar on the horizon, but I think he's dead before it even happens. Cull the Meek comes through exactly like it says.
I completely agree with both of you there. They're making the call. Probably a lot of, the talk heading into this game is, all right, let's be calm in our play. Once you get your lead, just play this one out because we can't give up anymore. If you lose this, then you are out of the tournament, so they don't want to over-chase, take the guaranteed dragon.
Imagine being Gammon trying to push a side lane late game where you have to check every wave for the right amount of minions. There's a Nocturne, and there's a Kaisa. that can play off of basically everyone else.
Well, immediate teleport to come through here as Elio trying to get himself out. The Ruthless Predator holding him in place for a little while. Crash a wave into the top lane outer turret. You can see Kiaya already very far back. Pop Blossom also, as Easy Love is just going to explode. APA grabbing his second, and now Kiaya could be in trouble. Umpty is more than a top laner at this point in time.
Make sure no turret plates go down to Emo, and they can't keep pushing. So Team Liquid win the entire map in that sequence.
We have just pushing a full wave into the turret.
Yeah.
He's just.
Well, CoreJJ is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Battle Dance gets him out, and he's fine.
Behind as they push APA to finish off this tower, just in case there was any sort of GAM attempt to use that tower gold as bait.
Sometimes there's nuance, and we will be able to.
We've already talked about a lot of rating systems, so I feel like we need to get into the depths of this one as well.
No zigs in this game. We can't go through that one. As let's have a look at our MasterCard lane economy snapshot, and the snapshot is TL are winning by a lot in all of them.
What we're going to do next game, because this game really felt like with the way that the level 1 went, from that point on, the game is so hard as there is.
Yeah, Arrow going to connect, and it is going to connect.
And it's very easy for Team Liquid to progress their snowball in this game because of the fact that they got the early grubs. So
yeah, I was about to say, he just kills him.
Yeah,
right?
he's just gonna kill him. Has a spell shield that's gonna be used on the Shockwave gorgeously, and I could have been really hyped for that, but there was just no way. He's just dead.
Yeah. The general marching through the enemy jungle now actually pushes the bottom wave, starts to rotate over as Impact.
It does manage to get the stun onto Levi, and there's the killer instinct to go in. Okay, Yon might have gone a little bit too far, but the quickness comes on through, and the wallets are big and heavy. That is going to be a Pop Blossom. APA comes forward, and that's going to be Yon putting the last little cherry on top. And maybe there's another cherry, as Easy Love's going to have to flash away. Impact wants to try and catch up to him, but the volley will slow down the Crocodile, and Easy Love will limp.
Any fight basically is a good fight, right? This doesn't start off well. A lot of damage goes into Yon. He doesn't really get to do as much as ideally he'd like, but it just doesn't matter. Gam is very deep into enemy territory.
And to your point, he is ulting, you know.
My
all
question
right,
is,
stop trying to curse.
Okay, tell me I'm wrong.
No way. Well, there's a Pop Blossom, gets a flash, and there's a Paranoia, so I don't think that Emo's going to be getting out of this one. That is going to be the Tangle Barbs landing there as well. As meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Kiaya trying to get that wallop down. It's going to work out, but Impact is so tanky. The Nara to the wall's fantastic. But Yon, they're just one after the other, dive bombing these members of GAM. And Kiaya gets under his inner turret, but he's still limping away without a jungler.
So as I was saying, what does it mean for the series? Because at the same time, like this game felt like it was over, not necessarily level 1, but I think once the early skirmish came through, where they got the gank onto top side,
Grand entrance.
how is Game 3 going to look?
As that's Kiaya probably dead. He's burning down. CoreJJ going to collect it with the Ignite, and now the base is broken open. Impact looking to put another dent into it. Vision, yeah, spotted out. That is very cute. He's just a Void Mine. I love that.
He's just hopping.
He's hopping around.
They do know.
He's hopping.
That one is okay. Looking for an option here, as there's the Pop Blossom, hits onto 3. He's completely by himself. He's going to be guaranteeing a Baron for his teammates. And there he goes. But, you know, that is still the vibe being taken down. The arrow is going to sail on in, and oh my goodness. Thankfully, Levi was one of the ones that did fall earlier on, so that one wasn't going to be a thing. As now Impact gets into that backline, it's his Crocodile. As Kiaya pushes him into the wall there. CoreJJ not offering back a lot of damage, and TL throwing a couple of solo laners away, but now Yon gets in. My God! The plasma is raining down, and Easy Love is just really dead. Emo, the last one left alive. It wasn't clean, but it worked.
Right? All APA is doing there, he locks up the entire team on him, so there's going to be nobody else. I mean, I know Levi just sent it into the Baron.
Wasn't, of course, quite able to, because Hawkshot cooldown, things like this means that you just can't get in there. TL going to look for Soul Point. They will be able to pick that one up. Now with the Baron, should be just about playing side lane homework.
This early stage in the game, but so is the Baron buff pushing, so you kind of see like the decision there from TL. They're like, you know what, APA, that is a cool looking ult, but we're not going to follow with Kai'Sa ult and Nocturne ult. We're just going to finish the Baron so that we can finish this game. And they use that Baron, push in, they've got enough money, and another one!
There's a 4-man Pop Blossom, everyone is just put into the blender. TL, they do want to get out of this game, move to that game number 3, and they do it decisively off the back of APA. The Nexus turrets are now just going to fall like an afterthought. And with one of the largest gold leads I've ever seen, they will complete the shellacking at 24 minutes and 20 seconds into the game.
We are going to 6 out of 6.
Oh, you love to see it.
I don't know how much utility it would reliably provide, because I also think that the type of melee champions that GAM have are able to evade, you know, like the kind of linearity of a Grom shield relatively easy.
Not a huge
All
fan
right,
of the lane swaps.
he was previously cursed, so let's kind of distance ourselves from that.
As Elio has taken so much damage, maybe mentioning his name's going to work out for TL, because that's first blood for CashApp.
On the Wukong, hovering around there, but because Emo was chunked out too heavily.
Oh, is he just dead? Oh no, the Blooming Burst, and APA is still able to get it even after the flash.
TP back in.
APA's positioning here is so scary.
Monty's not 6.
Yep, Elio in a lot of trouble here as the Blooming Burst hits twice. Emo now trying to move forward. Having to do some face checking is Levi, only level 5. There's the knock-up, but it's onto a clone. That's not really going to work out as a heroic charge now from Elio and APA. He's going to be taken out. Levi over the wall, trying to escape. He takes so long, but the Ignite will finish him off at the cost of CashApp's life. It's a trade-up for GAM in this instance, as Umpty was able to take one of those grubs, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Or is Kiaya the one that's in a lot of trouble? He gets feared, has the counter-strike, and that's going to keep them away. That is a 1-for-1 so far on the grubs, but a good trade for GAM in the kills.
Yeah, APA got juked on his ultimate there. There's no way you're fighting Dragon, so does allow Team Liquid the objective afterwards. Umpty can just slip in and hold on to the Nocturne ult. Nocturne ult, holding this actually puts a lot of pressure just by keeping the cooldown available.
Yeah.
The first Nocturne ultimate here kind of hanging over the heads of all of the laners. So
An entrance comes down a little bit late on the steadfast presence there from Elio as these Mystic shots will...
Desmond, how are you watching college football this year?
ESPN on Sling, for sure. Come on, bro.
Desmond, people are wondering how you watching college football on ESPN this year.
With Sling, obviously.
Let's start this party. Time for the fireworks. They want to dance? I'll lead.
Will connect. Gun is going to be Arcane shifting forward, something dangerous when you don't have a flash, but trying to bait this one out. As, okay, looking for a little bit of a gank, but there's the paranoia towards the river. The grand entrance is gorgeous, and this is why we liked seeing the Rakan locked in. This combo is beautiful, and CashApp on a killing spree.
well, CashApp also kind of deserves some because he's the one who found, at least is trying in that efforts. TL already recognized it though, and they sent Yan down there. So Yan, or excuse me, APA on the Nico, again trolled by the minimap, but able to go collect that wave pretty quickly for himself, while Yan himself actually completes the Trinity Force here.
Do a great job and keep the pressure up, because even though this game isn't anywhere as snowbally as particularly game number 2, this is still becoming a big problem for GAM. I think that they are going to quickly reach the point where it's one big fight, and this time I do think they have the ultimates to make that work. Again, a lot of this gold lead is on this Rakan.
Still should be 2 objectives for TL though. With Impact solo winning topside, they can actually get that tower while they get Dragon.
And the big thing is he also sends Kiaya back. Kiaya had TP, Impact didn't. So if Impact doesn't find that play, Kiaya TPs towards the Dragon. It's not good.
Mountain Drakes. It's just, I mean, that would be so.
Also haven't
that'd
talked
be
about
very
how
Nocturne coming.
Okay. Yeah, remember, no flash up and available. In goes Umpty. They look for it. That is going to be the keeper's verdict, but it does absolutely nothing. And now you've got Kiaya stunned up, charmed up, and destroyed. Elio could be the next one on the chopping block, as it's the tanky members of TL that are up here, and now the damage is arriving. Elio, I think he's just dead. The fear does go off, and APA, he collects his. TL just going from strength to strength.
Oh, and not only do they take out one of the best performing members of GAM, Kiaya goes down.
Oh, okay, that's a Cyclone, but the Pop Blossom is there. Picks up 2, but he dies. Immediately afterwards, now Yon going to get back here once again. The curtains are being called now. And GAM, they could have found a turnaround Into the shroud goes Emo, but he doesn't find too much more. And Umpty, he's happy to take that shuriken. Sure that they have a game plan. There's an idea in mind in every move that they make. And the idea in mind here is kill them underneath this turret. In goes Umpty, finds another paranoia. They focus down the turret to make sure that that doesn't kill Yon, but now Levi's here. Can they get the turnaround? They've taken the turret, that's all you need. But he gets in, the quickness is so good, and they just look to blow up the Wukong. They'll take him down. Yon has the barrier, but he doesn't have his life anymore. The perfect execution is exactly that as Emo looks to try and pull it back for his team.
Meanwhile, you're getting mid-push in exchange for bottom. Jax right now, by the way, is on that turret, so he will also finish up an outer. That one that we just saw APA take, though, mid lane secondary, worth a slight bit more.
Now, the Rift Arrow going to maneuver its way down this bottom lane. This outer turret's still up and available here as Umpty's just playing Biffo with Levi. And I think Umpty likes those odds as the curtain call does come in. He turns off the lights to try and stop those bullets from raining in, but it's just... yeah, too little too late here for Gam. Kiaya trying to get himself out, leaps over the wall and gets the blast cone as well to safety. Gam in this game. TL, I feel like they have just a lot of the answers available. And that is going to be the first Mountain Drake and Mountain Soul point going over to TL in this game. We spoke already about how the fact that Mountain Soul really can be a win more button for a lot of teams. He's got a target on his back. He was so good in game one, and they're looking to try and shut him down once again. And there's the bullet we call Umpty, diving in on top. He's fleeing while he's trying to get that counter-strike down, and it's not going to work. The auto is in the air, as it was earlier on in APA.
Sakali yet.
Yep, the Shape Splitter was so good at blocking some of these bullets, but the last one does come through. Emo, can he find the angle? That's the question. Is Easy Love going to get knocked up and taken down? Elio going to be the next one, and the Akali just going to get in time. Umpty now trying to fight him, but it is one kill going over. Yon could be in trouble next, but the all-out, the savior that is Impact, is able to take him down, and Yon limps away with single-digit health. That is down here.
That's the issue. If you don't know where Nocturne is, you cannot look for a side lane collapse.
I have a fun fact for you. Yon had literally 1 HP.
Oh, he just 6K, 6.5K gold behind, and once the soul comes through, that's it. They need a pick onto someone, but so many summoners are available. Umpty going in!
Yeah, they're just trying to find it. There's two with the Pop Blossom. It's not the most, but True Shot Barrage does so much as they dive forward. Emo trying to look for it, but once again, it's Impact that finds the angle, goes all out, and gets the Akali out of there. Now he's 1v3, and he likes those odds. The knock-up comes through. Kiaya is dead. Both of the solo lanes are down, and TL, I think they're still alive at Worlds.
They're going to stand tall. They're going to go grab their rewards here. The Baron picked up.
Takeaway, once you get ahead with this pick, is insane.
And it is so meaningful for Team Liquid as a whole, as a team, for Umpty to have another tool.
Gam trying desperately to find something. They get away with their lives, but they lose something that I don't think they can afford to lose. This game is already in a dire spot, almost a 10K gold lead, but now with Mountain Soul.
Maker's worst nightmare, Cassante right now, wielded by Impact. And they're going to be able to take down this inhibitor turret. Emo does get some bounty gold, but it's just not really going to work. Bounty gold for Nex is not a trade you want to take, but there's not a whole lot more that they can do. Yon in this mid lane is going to be able to take yet another. And TL, they are dotting I's and they are crossing T's, taking exactly what they need off this map. Levi, you can see hunting for an angle, hunting for an opportunity, but Impact just keeps pushing him back. He's a brick wall, guarding Yon, guarding him. He gets the double knock up with that Q3, and the Keeper's Verdict does come on through, but it's once again APA. He's pushed out of the fight. Pop Blossom still in hand, and now Umpty comes from behind the enemy Nexus to look to take down the opposition. Emo is just eviscerated in one swift stroke, and there's the Pop Blossom. Levi was the target, understandably so. And Elio, not a whole lot he can do. Easy Love just pushed back to the fountain, and TL will take down their second Nexus of the series and keep themselves alive at Worlds 2024.
These were some of the best highlights from all the matches of the day at Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
My bad.
As a single mom, I struggled to pay my bills. An apprenticeship was my way up. By leading the fight for job training in Oregon, Val Hoyle had my back. In Congress, she's doing even more to stand up for working people.
I'm Val Hoyle, and I am proud to approve this message.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
We'd see more of this Caitlyn Lux was just because of the changes to the towers. The bot lane tower is so weak at the moment. You can pick up a ton of these place knights in early, but this is sick pathing from Lucid. Tarzan moved down to cover the bot lane, but Lucid snuck around.
Yeah, and you can see Lucid actually knew because Tarzan just cleared out that ward, and now Moham going to be flashing forward. Everyone misses everything, but Lucid's still in position. Tarzan going to get down. The Tempest, the Q not going to connect, and it's Lucid that's caught on a trap. First blood, it's a disaster for D+. And it should be another one as the Lucid Singularity comes down. The double kill for the Caitlyn. And yeah, I don't need to talk about troughs anymore. I think that Light's going to be just okay.
Just again, diminishing the windows of attack that DK have.
Well, you got Lucid coming back towards his bottom side. There's a great handshake. Crisp, I think, might have been dead if Lucid wasn't there, but he'll come over. He'll grab himself some gold and try to make up for the situation from earlier. Recall did come through from King, and he actually moved down towards that bottom side of the map, had just teleported top, but goes, buys some shoes, and heads down there to try and defend from this Caitlyn Lux.
He will need to equalize this wave immediately, though. I don't even know if he got... Yes, he got into range for it, so this should deny Light being able to get any more of these plates, which is really what he was looking for on this cross-map trade. And now that you post 5 minutes, at least Amy and Moham can get some plates in the top end, but it's the next wave that is now going to be a bit of an issue, where trying to see if you can just force Wavo off, but they kind of just called it, especially with Tarzan in the area. They were happy enough to go. And now, oh, here's the play, though.
Yeah, teleports come in. It is the counter paranoia. It's a decent ulti from aiming, but already out of there is Moham. Has to deal with it as Showmaker. He gets in. Xiaohu goes down incredibly low. Showmaker has the chains, and he connects it, and now Tarzan's just trying to get himself out of there, but I think he's going to be rendered down, and aiming collects the kill. DK back on the board, and the bounce back is looking great. Incredible threat on this champion. I think if you've been a fan of League of Legends since about 2020, you'll know this guy's been pretty synonymous with this champion, but Grub's going down, 5 of them picked up here by DK, and they might even be able to get the 6th as Kingan's rotating over. And Wavo not going to be able to get any of these. And now the 6 Grubs question. Now Lucid coming on over, looking to try and even out the Drake count. And even just one Mountain Drake could be pretty good here for these guys. As Showmaker, a decent sidestep, but I think he's still going to get caught out. And that Wombo is going to hold him in position for easily long enough. Now Lucid, can he actually get in here and take this one? And he does so. Finishes the Dragon, so they get that as a consolation prize after losing their mid laner. And there's a Cloud Soul. You'll love to see it. Xiaohu, that's just how it goes. Please, I mean, feel free.
Nice job from Lucid, though, to sneak away the Dragon. You can see that Chris was looking for his reset. Wavo weren't really in a position as Light was only coming back into the map. And now again, Lucid's starting to move up towards this top side. So although Wavo started off as a really nice player on bot side and being able to get a ton of these advantages, DK have actually played at the map stay better around a lot of these objectives, and also then found ways to punish Wavo overextending. So I think the silent winner in this game has been Breathe. The moments where Kingan has been trying to roam around the map as Rumble to set up plays and trying to counteract Caitlyn has actually left Breathe in a side lane where he's just been able to farm up. You can see him nearly 800 gold ahead. Yeah. I don't see any deep wards from to TP2 though.
Yeah, well, the equalizer going to be a huge deal here as in goes Lucid. Looks for that safeguard over. Still has the flash, though, and the Dragon Rage as they take control of this Dragon. A teleport coming in a little bit late once again from Xiaohu as the Drake is secured by DK. Now Xiaohu trying to speed himself up, get himself in here. But DK, I think they just want to back away from this one. Don't think you want to go for a 5v5 as you've already taken the objective. And Lucid just going for some cheeky steal. I don't know about that one. Feels a little greedy as the preemptive flash is gorgeous. The kick, too little, too late.
Spot side to try and get some pressure there. Kingan off to the side.
Yeah, Kingan coming in. There's the equalizer to start things off. Not going to get a whole lot of value, but there is the Fate's Call. Xiaohu just burns down. The flamethrower of this Rumble is working until he's dead. And it's going to be Light that takes him down. That felt like a headshot.
Yeah, I thought this was to alleviate pressure on Keegan so we could actually push out bot wave, but Keegan started to rotate up as well, so it looks like DK a little uncertain of how they want to approach the game, and now because they forced that Baron, it means that Weibo just get access to the mid lane turret and are even putting pressure on towards Showmaker on this top side as well. They might have found their window here with no TPs available for Weibo.
Yeah, final smoke, not going to clear out the wave here as Tarzan soaks the Q. That is going to be enough for DK to take down the outer turret themselves. So 2 for 2 on that front.
To avoid the shockwave, he has a better time trying to out-kite Tarzan, so DK definitely have a chance to fight, but it looks like they're instead going to try and trade it for positioning on Baron and try and clear out some of the vision that's there. Even King and TPing in, maybe they just try and start this.
Yeah, well, they are definitely starting it. It was on vision when they did start hitting the Baron, so Weibo going to have to rotate over. DK probably looking for a turn. You can see Showmaker, yeah, being frustrating, getting himself amongst it. Tarzan looks to come in, doesn't land the spell shield. But now DK, can you find the fight where you want it? Breathe looking for that flank angle. That's an interesting use of the Counter-Strike a little bit early, but now the paranoia does come through. The shockwave doesn't do anything at all. Tarzan is burning down. Lucid's still on the Baron. It goes down. This mighty equalizer is gorgeous, and it melts the Nocturne. Breathe not going to be able to get anything done. The kickback onto Light and into the backline goes Showmaker, but Light is still alive somehow. The Q misses as well. And DK, they have them on the wrong side of the map. The flash out from Showmaker perfectly timed. DK, you've got it. You've taken it. It's fine. You've got a pick as well. We don't need to fight more. These health bars are so low, but Weibo, they're still trying to move out. Another flash picked up here, and now Lucid, he's out of position, and Light grabs the headshot.
6-point Grubbook. You have Baron. You have control of the map. Wait, he's gone?
Yep, Showmaker in a lot of trouble here as the paranoia does come down. Breathe is going to secure the kill, and that was just him and Crisp getting that work done. Light was there. He didn't really participate too much.
I'd like to formally apologize to LCK fans.
Charlie Day here. Did you know with Hulu Plus Live TV you can watch over 95 channels? Sign up today and you can get access to Hulu's entire streaming library with Disney Plus and ESPN Plus all in one plan. It can't get better than that. Oh wait, did I mention the free trial? Sign up now!
Sometimes it can feel like there's no way out of treatment-resistant depression. You take one antidepressant after another, and they aren't working for you. It's like you're going in circles. Turn to a different choice. Spravato is the first FDA-approved nasal spray taken with an oral antidepressant for adults with treatment-resistant depression. Spravato can cause sleepiness, feeling disconnected from yourself, your thoughts, space and time, dizziness, fainting, spinning sensation, anxiety, and breathing problems. It's taken under the supervision of a healthcare provider who will monitor you for at least 2 hours after taking Spravato. Don't drive, operate machinery, or perform activities that require full alertness until the next day after a restful sleep. Spravato doesn't prevent suicide, reduce suicidal thoughts or actions, or replace hospitalization if needed. Call your doctor right away about unusual changes in behavior, worsening depression, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in people 24 and younger. Spravato is not for use in children. There's a risk for abuse and misuse. Don't take if you have a blood vessel disease, an abnormal connection between your veins and arteries, a history of bleeding in the brain, are pregnant or may become pregnant. Spravato is not for use as a medicine to prevent or relieve pain. Spravato may cause serious side effects, such as increased blood pressure, problems thinking clearly, or bladder problems. With fewer depression symptoms, you may begin to feel like yourself again. Ask your doctor about Spravato.
He kind of got obliterated there, but a good read from Weibo to say, look, this is where Showmaker wants to be. They want to try and play through sides and burn all these structures, but DK still end up winning out because you've got push on bot, you got the shove in mid as well. You will answer with a tier 2 tower, but you're still at least getting that quicker take for Weibo plus the extra tower.
Barely needs to build any of these armor penetration items as Moham has to ult just to play defensively here as Tarzan still looking for it. There's the kick out. Nice little knock up there, but the paranoia was held on to. Gets the activation as now Moham is in so much trouble. There it is. No bailout for you, my friend, as now King and moving up. The equalizer placed beautifully, and Tarzan will be traded in an instant. Stunned up there, but you can see he's able to go into the stasis. The rest of DK, can you actually find a fight? Because Breathe says no. The Counter-Strike going to help lock down the kill onto the Rumble, and now Lucid is scattering, trying to get over towards these Raptors. Even clears out the camp. Very nicely done on the exiters. There's Showmaker, look for the pick and he'll find it. Crisp goes down as well. able to avoid them pretty comfortably.
Keegan has a good position here, though. I was going to say, is he can move into and kind of break this fortress that Weibo have set up. Even Showmaker just trying to poke through, but needs to do so fairly quickly. As okay.
Yeah, Mom going to get the Fate's call to make sure that that final spark does not connect. Losing Singularity, not quite coming through as there's the ace in the hole. Showmaker sacrificing a third of his health bar. And now it's going to be a bit of a smite fight here between Tarzan and Lucid, though. He's just going to go for the kill, though. He takes down Showmaker. That is going to be Soul Point, but it's not really a huge deal. It's now Xiaohu looking for Kingen.
Breathe is in the base, though. He already took mid lane tower.
Yeah,
he's about to take another one.
That's an inhibitor turret, and I don't know whether Soul Point Cloud Soul, I love Cloud Soul, but like, that's not good enough. This is an inhibitor taken by Breathe on this Jax, and DK, I don't think this is a trade-off.
Here and here, like you're in such a difficult spot because there's constant trap usage, there's Tarzan who's just playing in the front line, and if you ever become overly separated by the rock in the middle.
Equalizer looking for light. You can see Lucid looking for a bit of a flank angle, but he's a little bit late in there, and there's the paranoia. Breathe with the flank is gorgeous, but Tarzan is getting focused. The counter-strike on a 2 is phenomenal, and Showmaker, he's going to be able to lock down Light. Crisp is dead as well, and DK, they could be doing it. The bailout doesn't work, but maybe that does not matter, because Xiaohu's on the ground, and it's Breathe that has to be the raid boss, but against 3, it ain't going to work. Lucid is just going to hold him in place, and Breathe might be able to run them out on a bit of a merry goose chase, but there's the 600 gold going over to Lee Sin. That is the ace, and DK have done it. This could just be Baron, as the Baron will be secured for the second time here for D+ Kia. They will move into a gold advantage. It's all tied up. Before this Baron goes down, I want everyone to know that this is entirely even. 12-12, 58.8. And even the turret's very, very close. The inhibitor being down in the mid lane will make this Baron difficult to utilize with the inherent pressure that Weibo has. This dragon being started. This is going down extraordinarily quickly. It's going to be a teleport back in from Showmaker, but that does mean that they have only 4 here, as there's the red carpet down. Chris takes half of his health bar just by existing. That's going to be Xiaohu locking this one down, but down to the back line goes Breathe, and he has no friends. No one's going to be there to help him. Chris almost just explodes, and finally they deal with the Jax. No bailout, though, for Showmaker, so he'll fall down in trade. And that's Weibo being able to stop this soul from coming in, but somehow Crisp is just dead. It's Showmaker's just able to get on in there with his LeBlanc, and that is going to skew things in the favor of D+, especially with this Baron still with 15 seconds to go, and all of these Void Mites careening towards this inhibitor turret.
May just give them that window to take this.
Yeah, with the fact that the trap was procced without him being in headshot range was kind of a big deal, because I think if Light hits any of those headshots, it hurts like a lot. Like, really, really a lot.
Genuinely, yes, but TP in behind. It's Xiaohu.
This is a crazy TP. It's a double to come through here, as now Breathe with the counter-strike is able to get a 3 stun, and now Tarzan trying to get himself in. DK being so tricky, though. The handshake, fantastic. 3-man shockwave. The final spark, as well as Weibo. They're trying to find it, not quite doing enough damage, though. It's a 1-for-1, but aiming is going to get hit. The bailout not going to work, and he is going to die. There's the shutdown going over to Light, as Showmaker gets himself out and away from Breathe. And they will start it off. Full information over to DK, but can they get in here in time is the question. The teleport for the flank angle to come through, as Showmaker has made his way in. Lucid is going to be able to get into position. They have a control ward down, as now Lucid, can you actually stop this one? Tarzan gets out of the pit, and now the hostile takeover is chasing them. Light is fighting Breathe, and now Tarzan is looking to try and burn them down. The 3-man shockwave is gorgeous, though, from Xiao to try and turn the fight, and aiming is going to finally be able to take down Tarzan. The tank Callista is bouncing through the enemy team, and Xiaohu goes golden just for a moment before this Rend is going to cut him down. The triple kill for the front line. Callista is gorgeous from aiming, and now it looks like DK are going to push forward for the win.
Showmaker is doing so much work in these fights, getting access to Light continuously, making him uncomfortable. Breathe is trying to do everything by himself, and DK are cussing down Weibo. That should be the game end.
DK going to be able to take down this turret at least. Crisp, the last man standing, but we are late into this game. It is 42.5 minutes. And there is 20 seconds on Tarzan, who's going to be the first one up. Crisp not going to do anything to defend these Nexus turrets. And DK, after an absolute slugfest of a game 1, will be the team that comes out on top. But man, I don't know what's going to happen in game number 2. I got no information about who the better team is, but that was one heck of a fun game.
That was a crazy game.
Ezreal Alistair has never really been the most powerful of early 2v2s. And so probably getting away from that seems like a good idea.
Because did spot out that Lucid was on the dragon and trying to put some pressure.
You know the saying, measure twice, cut once. So when I heard about Measure 117, I took a good look. People in other places have been voting this way for years, so we know it's tested and the right choice for Oregon. Vote yes on Measure 117.
Subway did what?
Just dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. That's what.
Down main, but a bit of a smite fight. Showmaker's starting to roam across. He's just recessed. But Xiaohu in the vicinity as well.
Man, this dragon takes so long to kill. Mountain Drake is just very tanky. Crisp in a lot of trouble. That's going to be the steal for Tarzan, but is it going to be first blood going over to DK? No, it is not. About maybe some turret plates, but that doesn't happen as Tarzan. Oh man, Brand pretty good at killing grubs. And Xiaohu going to come over and assist as well. And that will be 3 going over to Weibo to start this one off. So already it feels like their grip on the map is better than what we saw in game number 1, despite the fact that they're not starting off with a 2-0 Caitlyn. Playing out the game plan quite nicely. This will be 6 grubs if they're able to take it. DK know that this is happening. Ticking up to 4, so Void Might's now available. It's going to be dangerous though, as we can see. There's 5. DK still looking for a potential fight here as the turn available. Crisp has the ultimate, and there is the flash forward. They lock down Lucid. He's going to have to flash away. As now Moham finds himself all alone, gets the knock up here. Hasn't died just yet, misses the hook, but gets in range onto Crisp. Between Worlds from Showmaker is doing so much work. He takes down first blood, but Kingin is also going to fall alongside his support. And now Lucid is in no man's land. Light is able to pick up that kill. It's a double for his Ezreal.
Gets the snipe with the arcane ult over the back, and also then picking up a second kill. Weibo now getting a second dragon as well.
Weibo, they even teleport in to try and make sure that this one's going down because they want to be able to get themselves an inner off the back of this as well.
Yeah, Xiaohu had also been zoned away from that bot side turret. You could look at where Lucid and Moham were. They were fully attacking that bottom half. So gold injection for Weibo.
Yeah, this is huge. Moham and Lucid are making their way in though. Tarzan already softened up just a little bit. The hook just barely going to work out as Between Worlds coming down from Showmaker does get the flash out. As now this huge knockup from Crisp is massive. And down goes the Nocturne and the Nautilus. Showmaker not along for the world as well as Xiaohu knocks him up and cuts him down. Aiming tries to get in there, gets one of them back. Could be another. The flash out of the way. The headbutt is gorgeous. They still get the turret, they still get the kills, but aiming is now fed.
From so much of this, but also Crisp surprising DK over the wall, setting up for breathing that brilliant arrow. But every time we get these fights, it feels like Weibo get a chance to sneak away another objective.
These, of course, Lucid and Moham. Moham having a little bit more experience, having played here and there in the LCK, but never at this level. These are 2 players that are relatively untested and absolutely untested when it comes to the world stage, especially for Moham, who has only recently joined this team as Paranoia does come down. There's a hook landing. That's my boy Moham, as they will be able to get the kill onto the Brand. Lucid still taking a lot of damage for it because Brand just does so much. But now Showmaker might be in an awkward position. Between Worlds coming through as he uses it to escape here. True Shot Barrage going to be landing as well. The Hyper has been stacked up. One more auto from Breathe is going to do it. And Showmaker trying to get there, but he does not manage to avoid that last one.
Showmaker's ultimate is nearly up and available. Had to use it to escape, so doesn't actually have it available for this fight. And I think that's why DK just don't feel comfortable taking this scrap. Also, top wave not in their favor, so Weibo get 3 dragons with little contest from DK.
Absolutely nothing they could do about it. And Soul Point, just such a big deal. We talk about it all the time. Didn't even need to put down the Rift Herald, which is now just thrown in here as there's the fate sealed, and the catch is beautiful. Lucid nowhere to go. That's going to be the lockdown. Between Worlds comes in, Light trying to get himself out. It's a fair bit of damage, but they're not able to finish off any of these kills. Is now Kingin trying to run his way out. Decent mitigation of some of it, but that X-Tech ultimatum is one that they're happy to take any day of the week. They'll take down the Camille, and DK are floundering now.
Weibo are just catching DK as they try to set up these plays. There was a great flank coming through from Kingin and started to move in at the back of Dragon Pit, but Lucid gets caught. He goes for the all-in anyway, and there's just too many health bars and gold on the members of Weibo to really distract them.
Feels like clutching at straws here just a little bit. DK, they were answering a lot of aggression in game number 1. This feels like they're throwing themselves at the problem and not quite figuring it out. Weibo taking a bit of damage off to the side here though. Crisp down relatively low. And Yeah, Kingen actually completed the recall, so this could be actually a flank opportunity, perhaps, but there is vision here for Weibo. They'll know what's going on. The Void Seeker's starting to hurt. Breathe on a ward, but the Narbard's good, and that is going to be the Infernal Soul picked up. Showmaker over the wall. Lucid, nothing he can do. He's just cut down where he stands. Still managed to get the light switch before he did die, but Moham has to flash his way out. Is he going to survive? The answer is yes, but on about 0 health, and now Kingen is just going to be dived after. Might survive as well. So they do hold on to their lives. So on top of the fact that they get Infernal Soul, they'll also be able to augment it with the purple buff. And now we're going to move towards a gigantic advantage as far as the money is concerned. Weibo are going to look like a freight train.
But that's the thing, this is so much more controlled from Weibo. You look at the last game, it was Mist Orianna combos with that Nocturnal, tried to make some sort of play around Kingen, is kind of gone. Now, especially against someone like Xiaohu, he's just way too strong. And if you ever do, the ability for Weibo to just tear through your structures is so insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That is going to be some bounty gold going over, so maybe a silver lining there, but you can see here, after that does fall, the Rebel Baron power play does dip for a second and now goes back up to 2k as that inner turret is taken. Aiming takes most of his health bar from one True Shot barrage and is denied a recall, so the base is going to get broken open. Just looks like DK have no real response to what's going on here. The inhibitor going to fall down. They at least clear the mid wave. The top lane wave is also very far away. Houses around his breathe. I just don't know whether DK can stop this siege from happening. They're going to have to go for some sort of all-in as Kingen makes his way back. The tower does fall down. Now DK with 5 are going to look to try and push this one out. The anchor not going to hit the target once again here from Moham, but fortunately for him, it doesn't hit terrain as well. Now Showmaker bouncing around, does go into stealth here as there is the Between Worlds. The ulti out from Xiaohu is going to come through. He gets knocked up, but there's no Crisp! Oh! The headbutt pole flash comes through from Crisp, and he's knocking 3 of them up, but it's just the inhibitor that goes down. Yeah. There are a couple of teleports available for both Kingen and Showmaker, but they might have to use them pretty soon as Weibo are closing in. I think they've realized that maybe some kills are okay, as DK double teleport is on the cards. It's only Showmaker that makes his way in first as Kingen thinking about a potential flank. And Weibo are still not really pulling the trigger. They don't really have to. They're just keeping DK in position as the Elder has just spawned and they have the inside track to get over there. Xiaohu setting up for some sort of engage angle as there's the ulti. They've caught Showmaker and he just explodes. Nothing he can do about it now. The late teleport from Kingen 2 already dead. Xiaohu out of there. Lucid also going to be dead. This is so clean from Weibo. The X-Tech ultimatum comes in aiming, trying to do all that cool stuff, but the wallets are so heavy. And Weibo will push down. They'll destroy the Nexus and they'll take us to a game 3.
It is a clean ace and a clean showing from Weibo Gaming. They dismantled DK in this game and pushed us to game number 3.
I swear, it's almost too clean, Dagda. And
I don't know who this is.
I didn't think that I'd be saying that phrase in this particular series, but it was gorgeous League of Legends here from Weibo Gaming as they do take down the Nexus in game number 2. DK, they're going to have to pick themselves back up after that one and see what they can do in the 3rd deciding game.
Weibo, we'll have to see how they try and play this one out because it's a very interesting composition for both sides.
Yeah, exactly right. That does confirm that Tarzan will be playing the Morgana in the jungle. It is where she's most often been seen, but there was a little bit of a chance that it could have been heading towards the bottom side of the map in support.
Here is
now, we've got a Vault Breaker being charged. Xiaohu.
Hi there. Are you ready to learn your first spell?
Let's see what you got.
Repeat after us.
Trailer us, play us. Hey kid, is this the Russo house?
Billy is an incredibly powerful wizard, but she's rebellious and stubborn.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Haha, like me, I get it.
In here, wizard. Out there, mortal.
No problem. I'm literally starving. Get out of my room.
Wow, you nailed that.
Which bone are you two, sis?
That was one of the first tricks Alex pulled on my dad.
Was it funny then?
No.
Is it funny now?
No.
Maybe you're more like Alex than you thought. You take that back.
Goes into stealth, but he's still going to get hit. Able to hold on to that is pretty nice. As meanwhile, on this bottom side, that body slam was fantastic, but still gets caught up. Kingen going to keep himself alive, though, as now he flashes, but First Blood still comes through as the auto attack was in the air from Light. Plates going down, and another kill is also going to sail through as Breathe collects that one. Xiaohu's okay in the mid lane as well. It's a disaster for DK.
Because he lost so much of that experience, the tower, and they come back to bite him.
Yeah. There's the Vault Breaker going to connect onto the Gnar as now Kingen looking to try and move him out of position. Not quite in range to land that cask. And remember, the Black Shield is always going to be there. That is going to be grub number 2 being picked up here by DK. Lucid collecting the experience as well, which is a very big deal. Tarzan going to be able to grab that second one, so a grub advantage here for Weibo, but it's not a wash. That's what we've been seeing in a lot of these games, is 6 on one side, 6 on the other for games 1 and 2. This time a little bit more split. Does want to stop this as Lucid. He's moving over, Vault Breaker in hand. Can he find it? There it is. The cease and desist comes down. The ulti comes through, collects both of them. Great sidestep there, but still going to die. His soul was unable to return to his body. And Lucid, can he actually get a shot? Gives him the thumbs up and still takes the turret shot. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of Weibo, though, in the end.
Keeps Xiaohu topped up just long enough, but Weibo now get the kills and will get the dragon off the back of this.
Yep, the first rate going to go over to Weibo Gaming here. And I really like the pizzazz from Xiaohu. Would have looked far cooler. Well, this is when we're really not expecting it. It hasn't been a great Worlds here for Kingen, as that is a great Dark Binding, though, for Tarzan, as Moham has to crash his way down. Good flash to get him out to safety, but still, no flash now available for this next fight as reset. And now the Void Grubs should go over to Weibo here. Not enough people on the map as Lucid now moving over. Doesn't want to give this one up without a fight, as now Moham gets tagged by a Mystic Shot and almost just straight up dies. That is going to be the first 2. There is 4 or 5 grubs picked up as Chris doesn't find too much with the ultimate. The bullet time also not really collecting too much here as well. The door is now on cooldown as Breathe is going to get punched a few times. Black Shield is now on the Gnar. Moham already starting off on this Rift Herald, down to 50% health. Vision was given over to Weibo, but it goes dark once again. And now Kingen on this flank. Can he actually find it? Doesn't actually throw out the flash or the cask or anything just yet, but still gets hit by the Dark Binding. So much damage, he flashes, but it's not enough. And that is the kill picked up here from Xiaohu. Disaster strikes for DK as they're looking to try and stay on top of this Rift Herald. Between Worlds comes through, Showmaker cannot get over the wall. And the Herald is even taken here. It is absolute disaster stations for DK. That's a cheeky one picked up for aiming, but that is a consolation prize at best.
It is the silverest of linings for DK, and what is a dark, dark day. Lucid and Kingen considered going on towards Breathe, who's getting mini-nar, but they don't pull the trigger fast enough. On the top off the map, Rift Herald is still started, so Weibo are just chasing down members of DK, and as they finally decide to turn on towards Breathe, the Black Shield comes in just in time.
This is a disaster, and Weibo, yeah, pretty happy with how this one is going. There goes the outer turret as well. In the mid lane, Showmaker looking to try and trade for the bottom outer as well, but trading up here for Weibo, absolutely. And as we have a look at our MasterCard lane economy snapshot, it is looking pretty good for our Worlds runners-up in 2023. Weibo just looking for a repeat of history, at least until the very end, where they would prefer a change in history. But so far, so good as far as getting back there in this game. Xiaohu on Control Mages seems to feel a whole lot better. They were able to win the last game, as now Between Worlds comes through once more. That is going to be the Magnus Storm. Bullet time! And they just cut down where they're standing! DK, can they find more off the back end of this one, though, as Lucid still has the ulti available. Tarzan still with that Black Shield there. And DK not going to push for more. They pick up 2 kills, and this might give them an avenue back in.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. You overextend, and there's still windows for DK to come back. Plus, Kingen was pushing in that top side the whole time.
Breathe will finally get that free time that he was looking for. Utilize those 5 grubs and take down the outer turret on that bottom side of the map. So, we're going to catch that wave, but there is no vision here. It looks like Tarzan should be able to just secure this for Weibo. The first dragon of the Infernal variety secured here by Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, you can see DK trying to get vision on this top side in return for that Baron area. As takes a couple pop shots.
Battle for the crab. You love to see it. Dark Binding going to go wide once again, and they're not going to win that battle, as Breathe is going to win his battle with this inner turret that is completely unprotected. Kingen going to turn up just a little bit too late. That is a lot of money going over to this Gnar. Randuin's already completed here for Breathe as well, to be under any sort of threat when that danger is going to come in. Showmaker continuing to push here on this bottom side. They've started up the dragon as well, as Light deals with the mid wave. This could just be a 50-50. Soul point for Weibo on the cards. Could even out the dragons on DK's side, down to 50% health now. As Moham holding on to that Magnet Storm. Xiaohu looking for that angle, trying to get that R button down, but Kingen has spotted him. Knows exactly what's going on. Winter's Bite going to connect Dark Binding, not going to so far. and no one pulling the trigger just yet.
The timer on Breathe is going down, though. They need to start.
Yep, down to 1,000 health. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Lucid that locks this one down. The Magnustorm from Moham connecting on a 3, but he's a little bit too far forward, and he throws his life away. He's going to get softened up quite a bit here as now Showmaker diving in. Breathe Navar in perfect position. And back over the wall goes Lucid. He cannot fight this Mega Gnar as Crisp going down pretty low, but where is the smite? Can they get into the pit? And the answer is going to be no. The Vault Breaker gets forward, but it's Tarzan that locks down the Baron, and now it is just disengage, disengage, disengage for Weibo. They're out of there. They got that purple buff, and they're looking great.
A lot of the damage already done to these tier 2 structures.
Yep. With these Void Mites coming out here as well. I mean, that is, yeah, there's no minions there, so they're not going to be able to grab that one just yet, but look at this. The army of minions moving towards this bottom lane. That will spell the inner turret going on over the entire outer section. Okay, can they find the angle here as Light? Arcane Shift pretty powerful there as you can see. Kingen looks for the barrel. There's the Magnustorm. Crisp comes forward, shows them the door. Light creates all of the space he needs. The Black Shield's so valuable. They take down Crisp though. They're able to just go through the front door instead, and Light is just left in the dust as 2 of his teammates are dead.
Weibo's there trying to collapse though. Breathe has that flash. Mega Gnar so close to it. Xiaohu collapses.
Yeah, between worlds, there's the crash down. Moham knows that he's dead, is now aiming, just throws the ultimate right at the Ezreal. Can he stand his ground and take down Xiaohu as well? It's the Mega Gnar says absolutely not. The sidestep's decent, but it is not enough as the solo lanes take down aiming.
Behind Weibo, the dragon will be taken. It is going to be given. But I think Lucid is essentially just going to sit here and hope that someone overextends on midwave and they can immediately go for the crash down with Moham. But Amin isn't there to try and follow up, and Lucid may be spotted. He did to Light last game. Can he get it again here?
Yeah, he's channeling now. There's the Black Shield though. Light in a lot of trouble, but he just gets shielded up and he's going to be A-OK. There goes Lucid. They threw the kitchen sink at him, but it did not work out. The Between Worlds is gorgeous. Moham's dead, and there's the ult out from Showmaker.
And it is spotted. There is no miracle for the LCK 3rd seed. It will be Weibo who push into the base.
Yep, they're just going to cut down the inhibitor here. Kingen, can he remove the minions? That is the question. It might take some time, but I think that Weibo, that was the death nail. It's just whether the Nexus is going to explode right here or whether it's going to be after a bit of a reset, because, man, can possibly get them out of here with that explosive cast, because the Baron is all they want. They should be able to take it, but can they win the fight? That's the question. Lucid does manage to land the smite. The Magnustorm is decent, but Xiaohu just goes golden. Breathe is gonna smack down this Rel. Xiaohu's still in it, able to bounce his way out. Kingen, can you have the mobility? The answer is no. Tagged by a Christmas tree, and it's Light that's gonna be able to take down the Gragas. And Weibo, they are back towards it. They are moving down this mid lane to finish what they started.
Weibo going through Amin, ults to clear out the wave, has the Baron of minions, and may have delayed the game for just another 30 seconds. That could set up Lucid to come on through. There is no minion line here. They're waiting on that bot lane to push on through.
The one caster minion, can they protect it? That's the question. And Showmaker says no, he's going to be able to take that one down, but aiming not going to be so lucky. They just chase him towards the fountain. Showmaker as well going to go down. Breathe might just be dead. And remember, these are only Void Mites. There are no minions because that caster minion, the hero, did actually fall. And so now missing a bunch of health bars. It's only Moham that is going to be here, but now the super minions are going to crash, and Weibo, I think they've got enough damage. I think they're going to be able to do it here. This is their ticket to Paris. One last Nexus turret in front. Lucid, can he do it alone? The answer is absolutely not. He takes down Tarzan, but Weibo, they take down the Nexus and secure a spot in Paris.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
To steal away the full top side of G2's jungle camps. Jijun can now hover around mid. Look at the wave state, not ideal for Caps.
Block. Suppression into the wall. Shane now follow up. Caps is just a dead man. Clean first blood coming in from BLG. Beautifully played around the mid lane.
Hovering around the bot side of the map.
Mickey, quick Q taking his time on, just waiting in the brush there.
And the swaps have come back through as well, so Elk now back on the bot side of the map.
New Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn, plus the scrubbing power of a magic eraser.
Non-dairy chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Lindt.
On Hansama, nice knock up onto the initial engage coming from Mickey. 5 stacks of the plasma, instantaneous shattering strike on a 2 from Mickey, but he's gonna go down as well. Flashed in from Elk to finish. BLG 2 kills on the board, only 5 minutes into this
And
game.
look at the-
So starting off the objective here.
Notice as well, Elk making his way down alongside Shun and On. The first grub will go down. So perhaps some wasted time here for Elk, especially as 2 grubs secured. I think G2 can be happy with that. Knight gonna make his way over, level 6 secured as well for Caps.
G2 trying to back up, make sure that BLG can't get any exit kills. Unfortunate that they can't grab the crab, but good recognition from Yike and G2 to realize, hey, BLG are on the move. We cannot stick around. You shouldn't really have an angle to contest here, likely to just concede this Drake. BLG, as we get later into the game, again, Bin is going to be such a difficult problem to manage, essentially, as the Jax has more items under his belt. Sometimes when you have that late game scaling hyper carry, deal with this champion, but Hansama on the MF, pretty hard to Yike can get into the pit. BLG need all 3 if they want the 4 grub buff. G2 trying to poke, but this is such a difficult fight for them to play out. They've got Elk on the flank and they're not doing anything about it. Mickey now going in, but it's not going to connect onto anybody. The Q initially going to hit Knight, but Mickey just getting 1 pop. Now finally the fog coming in. Knight might be in trouble. They're forcing the flash out, at least initially. Ulti going over the pit, but it's a scattered fight from G2. Caps doesn't have any mana, but now Broken Blade is here. Instantly punted right back though. Not interested in taking that one. Shockwave to help secure. Grubs down at the very least. 3-3 there, but a messy fight.
He has just been permanently playing for plates. He hasn't been overdrawn into fights. Broken Blade spent a lot of time.
On. Aftershock proc. Shun coming over the wall. Hansama crucially pinned. Ulti fall. They're leaving him for dead. They know there's nothing left. BLG. Just make it look so effortless.
It's an easy pick once again for BLG. They're fighting over a control ward in the mid lane, but BLG are just kind of running rings around G2 in this early game.
It's just so hard for G2 to find a fight on their terms. Mickey is that source of engage. Want to get aggressive here. Counter-Strike is there. Mickey now pulling the back. It's a clean combo to kick things off. Knight snapping back, but he's still in the MF ulti. Yike finding the kill, crucially, for G2.
Minutes. He's been everywhere on the map. Yeah, rarely do we see Skarners this active in the early game, but Shun is constantly looking for these ganks, looking for these plays, and he'll secure his team a Rift Herald as the Dragon goes in favor of G2. About a 1.3k gold lead in favor of BLG, and crucially, it is coming from the mid laner and the AD carry of BLG.
G2 trying to get some pressure back on the bottom side of the map. You can see the lane economy snapshot. Pretty damning indication of the early game thus far for G2. Not the most massive individual leads. We'll keep an eye on those item completions. G2 will knock down bot lane tier 1. Expect that mid will be the center of attention for BLG, given the access to the map it gives them with that Herald.
Spons is now making his way down to try and contest, but I think BLG is too late.
Knock up, quick Alistair combo. Broken Blade gonna try to double hop out safety, but Shun already waiting, and Knight grabs the kill. BLG, this was the team people expected to see at the start of the Swiss stage, but here they are, they've finally arrived. They're playing the map beautifully.
And it's so efficient in terms of what they do when they come back out onto the map. G2 members just keep getting caught prior to objectives, randomly in side lanes. Again, it's BLG that have good setup on the map. They've pushed out top. BBU is catching the bot wave. And so while G2 are scattered, what do BLG do? Put pressure into the mid lane, the weakest point of G2, where they then can't be punished.
Down that tier 1, look how much of the enemy jungle just belongs to Knight. Anytime mid-wave is in a decent state, he can walk in so freely, so effortlessly, to just threaten. Nocturne out now going in. TP coming into the midst of G2 as well. They're finally going to spot it. Looks like they're going to try to catch out Knight, looking to punish, but on an excellent use of disruption. Shun now trying to get involved in the fight. Bin waiting over the wall. Jack, keep your eyes on that counter-strike right into 2. Quick flash out from Cap. Holding on for now. Ulti coming in from Hansama, but it's just not connecting the way that they need it to.
Without really expending anything. Look, flash available still for Elk, Knight, Shun, and Bin. G2 realize that they can't contest this Dragon. They've just committed all their ultimates. Yike and Caps had to flash out of that play. You'll notice Broken Blade can't afford to overextend. Mickey caught out.
Battering strike there is going to try to re-engage onto Elk. Immediate follow-up. Clean combo going in. Elk still standing though. He's still alive. The Ignite on it. Broken Blade going mini and trying to follow. It's a messy fight. Hansama already taken down. Bin is here to turn it back on. Quickly going over the wall. The blast cone does not matter. BLG, perfection to shut down the combo of G2.
They're able to outplay the fight once more. They thought that they had caught out Elk, but he was able to survive for so long. Broken Blade had to commit the flash to even secure the kill, and it ends up being a 1-for-3 with a Baron to boot. BLG dominating in the first game of this series.
Caps can't even knock down the tier 1 in return. This is devastating. You saw it. They got the combo together. They tried to turn around.
They're going to wait for Elk to respawn so that all 5 members secure the Baron. BLG with once again a dominant team fight. And you'll notice the patient play that comes out from PLG. They don't panic. They realize that the collapse is coming through. PLG, they were able to win the fight.
But G2 want to up the pace, want to keep things going. Beautiful up from Hansama to get things started. This time Elk didn't have the tools that he needed to survive. On taken down as well. G2 trying to delete these Baron buffs as quickly as they can. Knight TPing in off the side. Caps Hansama running. Mickey gonna fall here. Sacrificed. A decent play to stall the map.
We just move towards the bot side of the map. This will give a bit of the bounty gold back over to G2 as Broken Blade secures the top tower, but BLG have set their sights on this bottom tier 2, and I don't think G2 have the resources to stop it.
Counter strike there, beautiful CC coming through, shockwave there, Hansama getting one pop, Cap's got nowhere left to go, the chain's connected, it's just a matter of time, Bin on a rampage. BLG taking down the bot lane tier 2 to follow.
I mean, BLG are just beating G2 with their wallets now. They're so strong, they have the Baron. Broken Blade's able to get the tier 2 back, but BLG don't have to stop. The wave clear is gone for G2, which means that BLG can set their sights on the bot lane tier 3.
Knock down the inhibitor, likely to follow. BLG will back away instead.
Extend the fight, and you think at that point, hey, actually getting the Baron off, being able to cross map, getting these strays, all positive plays. But then Hans and Caps overstay on bot lane. They don't respect the ability for Shun and Bin to just dive that as much as they want.
The same is true from Elk with these long-range Ws.
That was Shun's ulti there, but it doesn't matter. Elk will still get the mid tier 2. Bin pressure. This is exactly what you want to see from BLG.
Again, but who do they go on? It's a timer now. Yike has to go.
Pressure mounting now. Bin is on the dragon, and the Baron is being started. He doesn't have TP.
But Bin can wait. Wait till they commit. It's not a fast Baron. On around the corner, G2, this is a Hail Mary. Knight taking so much health away from Yike. Popping the Sterix, they can now follow up as well. On in the midst of the entire team, locking up Hansama. Vision getting blurry, but Hansama still gets caught in the suppress. He tries to flash out and he gets caught anyway. He's living for a brief moment with the barrier, keeping him standing, but Elk and Knight can start to hunt now. All those cooldowns down, and goes out. They're trying to turn it back. The cleanse is a little bit sloppy, but he buys himself an extra moment. The ulti now to follow. Quick ulti back response. Broken Blade gonna follow up. It's a messy fight. Cap still alive for an extra moment, but Knight's on the way in. Mickey trying to do what he can to peel for his mid laner, but Bin is just now arriving, just in time to watch G2 fall. A double kill to finish it for Knight.
I mean, PLG play it the way they're supposed to, demonstrating beautifully how to use their poke. G2 is forced to ulti onto Jun and on the frontline engage. They're able to take their time. Look, the TP coming in. BLG don't want to give G2 anything.
Luckily, G2 able to get the objective down. Yike's flash will be the cost. You highlighted it, Baron picked up another excellent fight for BLG. And it's, again.
it's just that hard.
It's tough. Broken Blade at least able to get a little bit of poke down on the Knight. They're slowing down the push here. Ulti coming out for Yike. Where are they gonna go? Click combo coming in onto Elk, but he manages to go invisible for Refund. Yike now trying to follow up. Mickey coming in over the wall, but he just gets one shot. The carries do too much damage. Broken Blade is here. Elk goes golden. The timing is good. Knock back into the wall with the wall. He'll take one, but BLG are just gonna take the base.
Again, G2 succeed in killing Elk, but that is just not enough. On and Bin dive onto the back line. They decimate G2. And in this first game, BLG have dominated from start to finish.
BLG reminding us why they are the first seed from the LPL. A nearly effortless game one. Beautiful fights from start to finish.
That was a style that they found a lot of success with in the past, and they're looking to replicate here in this game. On the way,
level 6 for Caps, no level 6 for BLG on the top side of the map. Emotes coming out.
I mean, they're still playing with confidence, which is a sight to see considering how devastating it was in game one. The gold remains even. Ezreal's actually moved over to catch the mid wave. They're gonna send Silas to catch the top, and then Broken Blade is gonna head towards bot. Crucially, Bin still has TP available, and he has a healthy CS lead over Broken Blade, and he's gonna be able to get 2 plates off the back of this. So while all of those shenanigans were happening on the top side, Bin teasing the dragon, but with the bot lane now here, he should be able to secure it. Mickey has to be careful.
Handshake there. Pull back, knockup is going to be there as well. Clean interrupt coming in from the side of BLG. An excellent pick. Mickey overconfident to step up. Thought they'd all be focused on the Drake.
Level 4 there for Mickey. He's going to be 2 levels down behind On. That ultimate, once again, going to be very crucial as we get closer to the next scrub spawn. It just boils down to that. G2 cannot get back out onto the map quickly enough to really contest. So they're just going to have to concede. If they could steal one, that would still be a big win for them. But it looks like that with the reset coming through from Broken Blade as well, that they're not going to be in a position to do so. Good setup from On and Elk, making it hard to actually enter the river. Broken
Mickey
Blade,
caught out, double knockup is big, instant follow-up, suppression now there, Charm, but the ulti doesn't hit from Yike, crucially onto Yelk. G2, do they still want to keep going for this one? Another knockup on On should seal the deal. Bailout now coming in, Caps off onto the side, looking for the 1v1. Desperation comes in, he steals the Gnar ultimate. Hanzama finds the kill, now the chase is coming in. Shun locked up, Broken Blade chasing. They found the angle, they found the fight, and they found the grab on top. G2 take the advantage.
An early skirmish goes the way of G2. It's set up by Mickey and Broken Blade. Doesn't connect the ultimate. Oh, because the charm comes through, slowing his lockdown.
Ulti comes in from Bin, decent damage, but as long as Silas has W, he should live for an extra second, but no! CC layering is flawless. Yike now chasing. Bin likely to fall. Yike looking for the knockback as well. One more auto and a Q to finish, but clutch flash! The kill finished. Extra life now coming in off the kill for Broken Blade.
Guaranteed and man down. They'll send the Ezreal over to mid, and one of the biggest shifts that we're seeing in this game is number one, Caps having a little bit more agency in the side lane on the Silas. In that previous skirmish, we didn't talk about it, but in a 2v1, he was able to get that kill into Elk because he stole the Gnar ultimate away and knocked him into the wall, guaranteeing that kill. But this time, Mickey's just roaming around the map a lot more. He's making his way towards top.
Broken Blade, where's the wind wall going to go? Knockup is there, manages to block a little bit of the damage, doesn't really have a clear path out to safety. All through, trying to get a bit more damage down to the shot. Nice dash back! Oh, the wind becomes lightning. Knockup is there, but they don't really have any other follow. They at least stop the play. They slow down the play on top side. The tower will still fall, but in the meantime, Hans is pushing.
A 3 versus 2 situation.
On that Alistar to make so many of these plays, he now has to stay beside his AD carry. Can't afford to roam individually. Will probably just get caught out by this G2 composition. So as G2 was set up on the objective, BLG hovering in the area. Knight no TP, but he's on his way. Caps split pushing in a side lane. Tale as old as time, but G2, can they navigate this one well? Bin with Mega Gnar coming. It doesn't look like they want to try and take this fight, but they're staying in the area, maybe hoping for an exit kill, maybe hoping for a mistake from the side of BLG, as Caps is already recalled.
He's not going to get that, though. Objective secured for BLG. Now G2 set their sights on the top side of the map, but BLG is here to respond.
Windwall to stop in for pushing anything else. Stolen Gnar ultimate knockback, clean follow from Broken Blade as well. Shun cannot peel. Yike with a follow-up 2, On coming over the wall. The Hostile takeover will do a little bit of work. Shun trying to hold on for life, but the knockup is still there for a brief moment. Shun trying to escape the heal coming down. On just doesn't have enough cooldowns to save his jungler. G2 gonna keep the pressure up.
The skirmishing is going so well for G2. Across the map, they're able to find these. While Knight will get a tower in the bot lane. Silas, Yasuo, and Escada, 0.9k HP with just these 2 items.
All I'm saying is bring back
fun
cut
fact?
down. I'm saying bring back cut down.
Yeah, do you want to know another
Or
fun fact?
Dominic's passive, put it back on there.
This W scales with his missing health.
I mean, it could be a situation.
I don't know if they want to finish this objective.
I think you can keep him here. I don't know if Caps has dive threat, though. Is it a flip? Don't want to see the flip.
Gonna run out soon. Here gets the TP. Have they got what they want?
Managing to get 2 over the wall! Caught unawares! Overconfident plan for the 50-50, but now G2 need to get the fall. They cannot let Shun into that pit. Caps stealing away the Nico ultimate. Mini Gnar there. It should belong to G2. The follow for Broken Blade. Ulti there! The combo in game 2 to solidify their lead to take down BLG, but Bin's not done yet. Shun's not done yet. Finally, he will fall. Hanzama popping off in the fight to finish the job. A double for the Ezreal.
Insane ulti from Yike. Phenomenal. A play that no one was expected. From over the wall, he's able to catch the bottom lane of BLG. That's going to be a Baron. And BLG find themselves with their backs against the wall here in game 2.
This entire tournament, G2 have had moments in games where it's looked close, but finally.
They're looking to equalize this series, bring us to 1-1. But this was the G2 that Europe was waiting for.
Deal with Broken Blade, will he get caught on side? Holding onto that Q3 as long as possible, gets the double knockup crucially. Elk now trying to follow, Windwall is there. G2 locking down towers on the bottom side of the map. Pick will be there in time though for BLG. Can they turn back to defend? Only 1 minion remaining. G2 likely to need to back off here. Potentially a bit desperate. Yike fishing.
Won't get anything yet. Recalls from Elk as G2, 2 pressure points. The call for a fight, the ping's on the way. BLG ready. 3 members isolated.
TP flank, TP flank.
TP from behind, Bin, but it's only the mini-Gnar. Caps trying to chase, trying to follow Bin off to the side. Yike getting pulled back by the handshake. G2 trying to retreat as cleanly as they can. Hansama safe for now, but Shun is on the way in. When becomes lightning connects. Knockup is there. Mickey trying to keep his 80 carry standing. Shun going to fall. Bin, the mega stacking. He's on the chase. Can he get the double bounce on the hop? Sterix there. Hansama cleanse out to safety, but BLG just continuing to step forward. Caps looks like he's chasing the 1v1, just keeping an eye on that potential TP. Gnar forced out. Skandab Duck not going to connect. Wall up there. Again, Caps staying close.
The collapse from G2 as well. Bin has to take this fight.
But Bin can't win the 1v1 against the Silas. There's too much sustain. Knock back to the wall. Caps takes his time to make sure everything is lined up. mini-Gnar coming out though. A lot of sustained damage. Caps though, the healing coming in is simply too much. Mickey on the way just in case. Bin trying to hold.
You did it!
You're basically a pro. Why don't you try another spell?
Let's see a special Sneakas Pika. Hey, Mortal World, I'm Billy, and I'm the new whiz on the block.
I brought you here so you can meet your new wizard teacher.
Yep, I'm a wizard. Where's your robe and pointy hat? I'm a wizard with style. And this is Justin.
Hello, Wandy, my old friend.
He's going to teach me how to control my powers. Oops. Looks like I'm moving in with the Russos. Never had my own room before. Me neither. Mortal school, mortal friends, mortal world. Just wait till you see what the heck happens next.
Oh, sorry.
Go for the handful.
Hold on as best as he can, but Caps will not fall. Can contest, don't want to give up that Ocean Soul. Bin now at the wit's end makes that 1v1 that much easier if he can find it again, but they don't even want to wait for the objective. Elk forced to go into the air. The flashback is clean, but the wind wall stops the feathers from being pulled through, but he holds on to the cooldown for a moment, but it's Yasuo! In the midst of everything, Broken Blade. Knight now going to be in trouble. The Stolen Ultimate taken away. Mid laner gone. The bailout not enough. On with a hostile takeover, but it doesn't do anything. Crucially, G2 pushing in to end the game right here, right now. Bin responding just in time to watch the base fall. Can he make the difference on running? Knock up there. Caps gold into the BLG base. Hope ignited for the LEC as Bin falls, as it'll all come down to a single game to decide who will make it to the Swiss stage, the bracket stage, excuse me. The
It's
rise.
gonna be Rise. Okay. I mean, we held our breaths there because I felt like it was appropriate. But for anyone that's been a long-time Caps follower, Rise is an old-school side lane comfort pick for him.
We'll have to see what the Taurik initial item choice is. Obviously, you kind of want access to a tier early on. The Caps caught out here with Pierre, but now they're trying to turn the play. Nice stunt fall from Mickey, and down goes Knight. BLG in trouble. Shun trying to walk away. Exhaust coming in as well. They want to kill Shun. G2 a little over-eager. The flash from Mickey. Ooh. Forcing out the flash from Shun.
Honestly, I'm shocked that BLG tried to force that. They must have assumed that Mickey had gone back to base. But Yike, like, where else is he gonna go? There's no camp for him to take. Oh,
Yike caught out. Good initial burst damage coming in. On trying to find the lock up there. Yike ignited. Yike taking out. Shun running. Good response from BLG to even up the score.
To help provide safety now for the mid lane. But Yike makes his way towards top. Look at Broken Blade.
Broken Blade going in, taking his time on the stun.
Trying to get the rage.
First dash going to connect. Again, waiting for the flash. Knockup should come in for Yike. Stun to follow for Broken Blade. Again, Yike on the map where he needs to be to find the kills. To go bot lane to catch the wave that was crashing. Better setup from BLG overall. Will result in them getting the first grub spawn. G2 moving down to the bottom side of the map to take the obligatory trade deal of the Drake.
It's a bit awkward though for BLG because they brought Elk up and they've kept Bin on the top side of the map, committing his TP as well, which means that this bot tower is now completely exposed. And look at the long way around Elk has to take. He's cautious of the fact that that bot jungle is completely dark, allowing Broken Blade to extend his advantage even further. Yes, he's a little bit down in farm, but securing that plate along with the kill has given him a pretty good lead.
Certainly helps. Elk now here to cover. Yike taking a bit of time. Old Tunneler not giving you the most damage here. Hans slow. So we got Hans also taking over to level 6. Bin with his ultimate online hasn't really found a good chance to use it yet.
First items come through, both sides looking for it. I think both teams spiked pretty hard on one item. Broken Blade now in danger.
Broken Blade in trouble here. Trying to get away from the ultimate, does get caught out. Dominus is there, but the Ignite already ticking down from On. Should mean a quick kill pickup onto the Renekton. Shun gonna grab that one, maybe not ideal with BLG. Nice collapse on the side lane. Mid prio though is there for the side of G2, but again, BLG only need a single grub. They get it. They don't need to stick around. Good window of opportunity leveraged by the side of BLG. That's all they really wanted. Didn't have to risk much to get it either.
Yeah, I mean, as you rightly said, I think BLG really got everything that they wanted here. 4 grubs secured. They're going to use that advantage to help secure the tower on the bot side of the map, and it will be the first tower of the game too. All this influx of gold.
That's a huge gold injection. It just jumped up to a 2K gold lead.
Yeah, and there's no cross map available either. G2 can get some plates for themselves, but we're still 2.5 minutes away from the tower plating actually falling. Cancelled as he tries to catch the wave. So yeah, nice. Honestly, good sequence of events from BLG. A moment of hesitancy there from G2. Rather than just committing to the grubs and playing for top tower, they moved back into mid-wave, that then moved into Pot River, and they just kind of wasted their tempo, allowing for BLG to both secure the bot tower and even get a grub for themselves. So well played by BLG.
Angle. Rise finding the angle. Bin now in trouble. Yike going over the wall. The Dazzle not going to connect, but the knock was there. Quick flash coming in from Caps. Bin's got nowhere to go. Side lane pick. Bin cannot get close enough to the wall. The flash to safety. G2 find one in the side lane, but BLG looking to respond in the mid. 2 or 300 gold doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's the difference of completing an item, puts you so far behind on the play, and good recognition from BLG, knowing they're stronger, knowing they have the items and the XP that they need. Force this. Of course, Caps does have a small lead in the mid lane, but Rise level 11, not that big of a deal, and you can see bot lane, as you so well highlighted, Vitty, only one of those little blue graphs. Knight coming in, flashing from Yike. He wants to turn it. TP coming in as well, but Knight stolen away the Zinzao ultimate. It's a double kill for Elk, and again, the Ezreal starting to take over, doing a bit more damage. The red buff there, but Broken Blade coming in, the Stride Breaker. Is it enough to flash forward? One more auto, wants to finish the job. He'll get him a pin. There to punish. It's an even fight thus far.
A crazy skirmish the Caps wasn't even involved in.
Incredibly close fights.
I mean, it is incredibly close.
But you see in the picture-in-picture, the game pace is so quick that even in a replay, we need to show you what's happening next. And right now, that's BLG with the first objective setup. And once again, Caps in a side lane, which thus far has been a good omen for G2, but it's not the same game that it was in game 2. It's not the massive compositional difference that allows G2 to just split the map effortlessly.
But look at the gold at the bottom of your screen. I like what BLG is doing. They're punishing the fact that Caps is in the side lane on the top side. They should be able to secure this tower. Can they catch Hans?
On.
Hey, I'm empty over here.
Woohoo! Refill!
Get treats from $4.
Missing the Shattering Strike. Second charge. Will not connect.
Broken Blade and Caps should be able to get this tower. And the only concern that you have for BLG is Caps is ramping up. He is nearly 2 full levels overnight. He's about 11.5 for the time being. They're going to TP to top lane. Oh, but that might have been too dangerous.
Leading the wave. Waiting for the ulti, catching out Caps, trying to burn him down into the tower. Archangel Shield is still there. He's running as fast as he can. Bin trying to finish the kill. He will be able to get it. Crucial from BLG, but now they're looking to turn on. Can he save his top laner? The answer is yes. Mickey now on the chase as well. Knight in the 1v1 at the bottom screen. It's a split screen focus. Elk over the wall is going to be clutch. Cosmic Radiance coming, but it might come a little bit too late. G2 just have to run. BLG find the better play. Hansama's there just in time.
They're going to find a kill advantage, and it's BLG that's going to get a small lead in the gold. But I say that, look at the mid lane. G2's looking to respond. They should be able to secure this.
Knight stepping up. Has to immediately back away as the mid lane tier 1 will fall.
It's still so close, Dracos. And also, whenever Bin is able to find Broken Blade, he forces him out. So the map is quickly becoming over the TP flank.
TP coming in as well. Shun going to try to find the ultimate, but he does not connect on Caps. Crucially, TP response now coming in from BLG as they try to split the fight. On trying to turn the fight back. The equalizer is beautiful. The Cosmic Radiance. Will it come in time? The answer is yes. Mickey buying 2.5 seconds for the team to try and turn this one back. Hansama and the Caps on touch of the back line. A perfect dazzle to get things kicked off. Ulti coming in from Hansama as well. But BLG steal one back. Bin, can he burn them all? The answer is no. G2 finding the angles. Elk runs for his life. The Ezreal. Can't make the difference. He's still standing. Yike finding the 1v1 versus Shun. He should come out on top. Double blast cone makes it a little bit trickier. Will finish the job. He will get the jungler down. But Elk, can they afford to approach the last man standing on the side of BLG? Tori, how can he escape?
He can't
to follow the shutdown there for G2.
It's an ace. On is able to respawn in time, so it doesn't pop up. But that is 5 kills for G2.
Calling in the TPs at the very least, but G2 want to stay on the objective. They know the angle. They know Skarner has to approach them. It's not Hextech Rift. They can risk the 50-50. Tension growing. 5K getting lower. Yike now committing. Response coming in from Ultimate as he has to stop, but the Dazzle is there. Yike taken out. They don't have a smite in the pit. Caps has to make the difference. Broken Blade now coming into the backside of the fight. They cannot afford G2. Solo lanes versus mid jungle. Ezreal on the way. G2 can't afford to extend the fight, but Broken Blade wants a little bit more. Will it cost him the dominus? The healing coming in for Knight. Elk here to save the day. Caps running. BLG blinking health bars.
A massive team fight win for BLG.
Knight.
Oh. He's going to deny the blast cone. There will be no steal. They're not going to wait for Bin to respawn, but that's a Baron for BLG. Why did G2 try to do that? 15.
I mean, look what he did with rank 2 equalizer, rank 3, even more damage. Realm Warp, G2 want to make the aggressive play. TP behind, but the perfect equalizer, slowing them down for now. Cosmic Radiance going in, Knights in the midst, the entire team. He now goes golden, a perfect goal coming in for Sean. Elk got touched over the wall, they get the exhaust down at least, but G2 trying to fight back in the extended fight. Now in the midst of everything, it's Sean continuing to step up. Yikes still standing, but he can't get in the mix. Broken Blade trying to hold on, but BLG are just better, just more powerful as they knock down the tier 2 as G2 are sent back to their base.
G2 is overforcing. They use the ultimate there to try and catch Bin off guard, but another fantastic Rumble ultimate means that BLG win out on the fight. The suppression against the Taric ultimate to buy time means that an inhibitor is going to fall. G2 is quickly losing control of this whole game.
And you can see BLG ready to weather the storm of the G2 engages, knowing that the way things are going when they have the Baron buff, it's G2 who have to try and make the play. As he may step too far. Has the Realm Warp if he does need to escape. Soul point going to be secured by the side of BLG, 5 minutes. So they're able to force a fight, and right now they've set up to take better control of the map again. So hard to match this Ezreal in the mid lane, the pressure he provides. I think at this stage it's so hard for G2. BLG with control on the map. Again, if Taric goes in first, if the Taric team is going in first, they get to use Cosmic Radiance proactively. It feels so good. It's such a powerful ability. It's elimination or ascension. There's no in between. People will only remember the victor and the disappointment. Shun on the way in, good angle to start the fight. Caps locked up, Cosmic Radiance coming in a little bit sooner than expected from the side of BLG. Knight exhausted, but he has his Xin Zhao ult to get it back. G2 starting off pretty well in the fight, but Elk is untouched, starting to stack up the passive hitting. Hansama trying to find the sun angle, but they can't get it done. Knight in the midst of the entire team, falling up into Mickey X. Is it enough? Bin and Elk untouched, the 3 carries at the core of BLG. Can they find the angle? G2 blinking health bars, but they still stay strong. Elk on the chase. Caps trying to make the difference, the ulti. Hansama taking out Elk versus the world. Elk continuing to find the angles, the slower there, the double kill is there. Elk is a monster in that fight.
Elk is just too damn good. And we have a pause. 5 seconds off cooldown. If he had it, he might have been able to kill Elk, but we're straight back into game and it's a Baron.
Baron angle. They know Yike is dead for 5 more seconds. BLG just want to rush this one down. 4K advantage already. They're just going to be able to grab it. G2 have no response built on the back of that last team fight. Elk popping off.
They're just conceding it. BLG pushing in.
Recalls now coming in.
It's
Maybe a bit of a miscalculation here from the side of G2 as their side laners forced to return.
And they can go straight back and they can get the soul off the back of this too.
Inhibitor's gonna fall. TP behind though is going to be big. Will it be enough? Should not quite timing it correctly. Broken Blade missed the entire team, but he's just gonna get deleted. Trying to dash back to safety. Will be able to do it. But now BLG on the chase. Broken Blade gives his entire life. The equalizer, he's got nowhere to go. The Realm Warp isn't gonna be enough. Cosmic Radiance, can they buy enough space? The answer is no. Caps, Mickey running. 3 members left standing. BLG, one final push, looking to close it here, looking to go straight for the throat. They found the winning mid-team fight, and that might just decide it. Caps locked up, the flashback to safety. Caps taken down. Hansama about to fall. Mickey taken out as well. BLG knocking down the last of the LEC as they move on to the bracket stage.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the Swiss stage of Worlds 2024.
But even just the fact that MT got up there actually did dissuade them for looking for any sort of a dive. This is very good. Bwipo has no W.
Oh, Bwipo already flashed back underneath the turret there to make sure he gets to safety as Core and Yon are putting the pressure on the FlyQuest top laner. Had to use the flash there, traded for the ignite of Core JJ. Bwipo down to 150 HP.
The poke continues, and Bwipo's still sticking around down here, trying to charge up his Qs. He uses the charged one, though.
He's so low. Bwipo below 100 HP. Yon with a nice deadly flourish as Bwipo tries to put some damage back into Core JJ. But he takes a lick, and he gets first blood.
Over. Looks like they also got the full reset here from Whippo, so Whippo level 6 Cassante is coming back full health. Meanwhile, Impact just recalling now is going to have to channel teleport.
APA already used his ulti there to chunk Quad down. Quad still has the shockwave, but all 3 grubs already secured by Umpty and Team Liquid.
And Busio just can't face check in there. You know, Umpty's Inspired's trying to lead the way there on the Skarner, but they cannot risk it.
Safe side right now, knows that's where the Skarner would be.
And Quad doesn't get the ball far enough to try to go for a shockwave. Polymorph onto APA, who flashes over the wall to try to escape, but Quad with the flash into the shockwave. Easy pick up there for FlyQuest, but now Masu could be under some pressure in the bottom lane. Uses the barrier as the curtain call opens up. Yon hits the first 2.
With all these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free. At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives.
What about the Canopy in Paris?
Hilton Honors, babe.
When you want points that can take you anywhere, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
You'll find the heartbeat of a community in a local diner. Great coffee, great conversation, and another great reason to get this season's flu and COVID-19 vaccines to protect yourself from getting sick and missing out. Risk less, do more.
3 collides. Number 4, Masu has to flash out of the way to survive. Yon is shooting straight.
To beat the Dragon rotation immediately. Busio just left around now. He's the one gonna get poked under tower.
Yeah, this combo of the Jhin and the Tahm Kench, another deadly flourish into Abyssal Dive. CoreJJ, the thick skin is not thick enough, and Team Liquid overplays their hand. Yon even having a flash away, they still don't kill Busio. He barely holds on, sidesteps the deadly flourish at the very end.
2v2 have been dominating, but they definitely went way too far on that one. At the very least, it's just a kill given over to the Lulu, so not the end of the world, but the loss of summoners, I think, is really what does hurt Yon.
Thank you. But the 6 grubs might be more meaningful as APA under attack again.
Yeah, APA could be in some serious trouble here. Inspired flashes forward, but he misses the upheaval. APA is still going to drop as Quad can chase him down. 2-0 on the Orianna for the play.
And I want to see what's going on bottom side too, because again, the relentless pressure here has almost resulted in a whole turret taken by the TL duo. They do get it here, only 12.5 minutes into the game. Quadrant of the jungle here leading up to it.
And I mean, WildTL, I think, are in a very good spot. There's so much scaling over on the FlyQuest side. I do think Jhin is really going to struggle to actually punch through the front line. There's not a massive amount of tank killing pressure here on Team Liquid's comp. So as long as FlyQuest aren't just completely bleeding out, just keep focusing on their farm, getting their levels, this is the kind of style that they like to play. They like to play to scale.
Inspired actually gave a really interesting interview with Travis Gafford, I believe, where he talked about specifically playing team fights versus Team Liquid. And Inspired as always gives a lot of detail, and one of the main things that he said,
20 splinters that you're trying to get. Impact in this bot lane though is getting so much damage down to this tower. This might just be dead. I think you can kind of just kill him Whipple's face at this point.
Dude, Trinity Force Jax just demolishes structures. It's so easy for Impact to farm money off of that.
Defensive hovering.
Also got chunked now. APA on the center doing some good work. But meanwhile, bottom side, 2v2. Whippo starting it off with the all-out on Impact, taking him through the wall here in the alcove, but a TP ready to reinforce for FlyQuest. Impact on the retreat. Third and Tofo strike threatened the knockback, so Impact has to flash away, but now Umpty getting caught by the shockwave. Nicely done here from FlyQuest to catch the Team Liquid jungler. We'll see if they want to go any further forward. Doesn't look like it, but FlyQuest won nothing in that scrap. Well, FlyQuest is going to grab themselves some more objective money up here in the top lane. It'll be their first turret claimed this game. TL already with 3 in their position, but FlyQuest finally getting on the board in that regard. Meanwhile, Umpty will secure Soul Point here for the side of Team Liquid, so the clock is starting to approach midnight here for FlyQuest. They are going to have to answer these from now on or surrender that ever so important Infernal Soul. One thing that is going FlyQuest's way, 3 out of 4 of the kills, really all of the kills except for the one where Team Liquid overextended trying to dive Busio.
Space being created by a Cassante, by a Skarner, and this Lulu backing you up is going to be really threatening.
Inspired jumps in, going after Umpty, who immediately responds, jumping on Busio, who's down to half HP, but a redemption going to be summoned up by FlyQuest here as Impact tries to chase after him with a counter-strike, but he won't find the stun on anybody important. Impact is about to die first, but he gets away with a leap strike back to a teammate. APA killed first. FlyQuest with a 1-0 here so far in the fight, but Whip was in the front line, but he's all alone. He knocks Umpty back. A little bit more damage. Might just kill the Team Liquid jungler.
To the Baron pit to try and get away from danger, but then section off from the rest of the team, so FlyQuest are able to collect that kill, and
We're not done yet. Nice knockback again from Whippo onto Core JJ. Wants to keep going forward, but he's got to be a little bit careful here. Impact with a counter strike. Goes in and finds the kill on Busio. Escapes with his own flash back up into the brush, but a two-man shockwave coming out from Quad. Impact is popped before we can do anything else. Umpty's here on the front line, and surely he won't survive. The arrows just riddle him like a pincushion. Jan won't land the deadly flourish, and FlyQuest continues the chase. Quad goes on a rampage.
Here we go, the big night.
What's it gonna be?
She's been wearing these costumes around all month.
They look brand new.
Oh, last minute costume delivery.
Who doesn't love a hot dog?
Get the perfect costumes from $15 only at Target.
What is this?
Just use
Tide? If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
And Core JJ goes down. In regards to something you said earlier, Isaac, talking about the scaling of FlyQuest, talking about how it'll be so hard for this Jin to punch through that front line, it's exactly what we just saw. Now we got some more problems for TL. An arrow from downtown finds its way onto Impact. He'll try to fight his way out, but it ain't gonna happen. Top laner down. FlyQuest 9-4 and be able to join. He has respawn now. He'll make his way back out onto the map. FlyQuest still in control. Nice knockback coming out from Whippo, and APA's in trouble. All out from Whippo to make sure that Core JJ's not able to save him. Now the Tom Kench has to dive back to safety.
Baron threat here. They've got a Jin for DPS, so all they can do is clear a ward.
And I love how Whippo just immediately decides all out into no terrain just to get that little extra buffer to guarantee that Core JJ cannot save his mid laner on this Tom Kench as FlyQuest acquire the mid lane turret.
I feel like FlyQuest are fully in the driver's seat now. Soul point or not for Team Liquid, it doesn't matter if you can't win a fight. Looking to try to take over control of that area because that really is going to be what TL are looking for the whole time.
All right, the arrow, they went for the Tom Kench, but it missed. Umpty and Core JJ still here on the front line for Team Liquid, knocking Inspired up into the air with a 3-talon strike, but Inspired going for the pull only onto Core JJ. Umpty with a pressure onto Busio, has to try to flash away. Impact wanted to grab the counter strike, but it ain't gonna work. Umpty now the focus of FlyQuest damage. Impact in stasis, trying to hang on. Core JJ saving him there with the Devour. They try to get everybody away to safety, but Umpty is locked behind enemy lines, and Quad is dominating. FlyQuest kill the Team Liquid jungler. They're making their way over to the Baron pit. They gotta make sure that nobody gets sniped here by Jan's curtain call, and it's not that hard to do. FlyQuest now making Team Liquid be the ones to answer as they head into the Baron pit.
Yeah, I mean, Impact got into the backline, forced out the summoners, but they had no answer for Masu, who gets buffed up by the Lulu, shreds the frontliners, and TL forced to retreat, lose the Baron here. FlyQuest now, will they have the health bars to get back to Dragon? That's the question.
Very easy. I think the timing for that fight was perfect for FlyQuest.
Who cannot be touched. The Orianna as well is free firing. TL just don't have the consistent damage to punch through the frontliners. If they don't win on that first punch at the start of the fight, they got nothing.
Yeah, Quad is just so fed, so rich here. The Orianna arrows and picking people off now because APA has no flash. For this next one. Umpty has no flash. Zen is notoriously vulnerable when you're trying to get vision as a jungler. You're trying to work with your support, with Core JJ there.
And FlyQuest has done a great job responding to it with mid-lane or mid-game outplays as Jan is again forced to flash now. The Jin vulnerable, the Tom Kench dead, the Orianna godlike, and FlyQuest just keep striking gold. Now that gold is about to flow straight into their pockets as the bottom lane tier 2 turret collapses, and again, it's Umpty under pressure as FlyQuest are not done yet. Quad does so much damage, and Umpty learned the hard way. You gotta respect it. FlyQuest gonna knock down another tier 2, this time over in the mid lane. Impact is trying to make a play here with a teleport, but the problem is there's no pincer attack to be found. You are a 3v5 for Team Liquid for the next 10 seconds, and even then, it's still down a man for him. Impact's gonna be interrupted as he tries to recall an award. FlyQuest have already taken the mid lane inhibitor, and now they're going to demolish the tier 3 turret in the bottom lane, making it a 2-inhib game.
I mean, you can try to threaten the flank, but it's not a rock in a hard place. It's a rock in a wet paper bag.
Through it, you know. Yeah, exactly. FlyQuest has done their training. They are ready to go. They know how to play these types of situations with an arrow coming in from the top side. Umpty gets hit from all the way away, and he has to try to flash to survive, but he's still almost dead. You got Whippo going in, all out. Umpty in some danger. Still barely surviving as Jan's about to drop here next. If the Jin dies, surely the fight is already over, and I think it won't even matter. Core JJ will drop second. They're about to make it even more. Impact's out of the picture. Quad's legendary. Yawn, this fed Jin from the early game can't do anything. As Inspired comes around with the Ishtal Impact, the polymorph on APA, so we can't even get a trade back on the FlyQuest support. Quad 10-0, flooding into the base. Yawn, the only one standing to try to stop it as FlyQuest go in for what should be the final kill of the game. They knock the Infernal Cinders out of them. They knock the Nexus turret down, and FlyQuest take game 1.
Again, it's going to be these double-ranged lanes here, so TL are really going to struggle in that 2v2 early, and they have Bwipo here that's going to be in one of these lanes, so they could even just swap again onto the Rumble and do what they did last time around.
A lot of the lead. When Team Liquid first hit the 2,000 gold lead mark, it was 1.7k on Yawn, but a flash as FlyQuest are getting engaged on down here in the bottom lane. Yawn and Core JJ are lower, but Umpty is showing up first. Busio's going to die, and it's Team Liquid getting first blood yet again. And they can feel believable, you know?
Here's another little wrinkle in the script. 4 people top for TL, looking for the dive. Inspires around.
All right, let's see what Bwipo can do. Needs to buy enough time for his jungler to arrive at least. Bwipo with the flash impact, going to take some damage from the turret, but not enough to kill him, and Inspired cannot get there in time. Nicely done, Team Liquid 2-0 until the first grub spawn.
One of the things I really like about this swap here from TL is that Rumble is 6 now and has Equalizer, so they can't actually pressure the tower where they can easily pressure Bwipo.
Yeah, Bwipo ignited, smited. He is down, so, you know, in the general sense of the word, not with the summoner spell. It's not like he's a jungle camp, but...
And they push in bot side, so more minions going to be denied down on that bot side as well from Impact, who had the push. As FlyQuest are sending Bwipo down towards that bot wave, but unfortunately for him, it's just going to be him arriving to a wave that's pushing away from him. And again, we're going to have the TL bot lane going down there to arrive and just keep Bwipo down. They really are focusing on him this game. They're trying to put him in a deficit.
Behind is almost as important as the chunks that they got on enemy health bars. Still though, because...
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Umpty invested ultimate, and you don't have those resources there at 4TL. FlyQuest can move in and will claim their dragon. This is on top of the 3 grubs that they got.
Very, very good. Yawn and Core JJ still here in this 2v2, almost level 6 for Core. Still needs about that last 1/3 of a level. Yawn taking some damage from Busio and Masu here with a double ranged threat. Yawn's got a lot of spears in him, down to 100 HP with a Dawning Shadow, forcing out the Feather Storm.
Quad as well has a roam timer. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch them, but he's even going towards tier 2.
Bwipo goes in for the third, and Topo Strike goes all out on Impact, bringing Inspired in with him. Impact with a flash away, but immediately with the chase from Inspired, Equalizer drops down over the top. Impact staying alive for now. Bwipo might just be taken down by Umpty, who needs one more hit, and he takes him out of the picture. It's a 2v2 outplay for Team Liquid.
It's massive for TL, and they survive on the bot side as well.
Against Impact, who had that heated up Flame Spitter, just lasting on him for the entire duration. But it looks like Team Liquid's control over the top side river will earn them the second set of grubs. Neither team should be able to hit that 4 grub spot unless Core JJ can randomly steal this with a Gleaming Quill, but there's almost no way. All right, Umpty's got the smite. 3-3 on grubs in this second game.
Yep, Inspired was stealing away the red. He did get it.
APA jumps in, looking for the engage here on FlyQuest to the top side. Umpty with a paranoia sets it up for APA to grab the kill on Masu, while in the bottom lane, Impact's now potentially in a 1v3 dive scenario. He's got a couple seconds left on the Equalizer, and FlyQuest wants to hit him before he can cast it. Impact drops in the bottom lane. Nobody's going to be traded back, but APA putting the DPS into the top lane tier 1 turret should be able to grab that first objective here.
Yep, the Demolitionist going to do his job up there. Meanwhile, they also got the benefit of pushing mid. So kind of 2 lanes won there for Team Liquid. FlyQuest striking back a bit on the bottom side and getting some much needed money for themselves. Honestly, even just trying to handle the minion waves in the side lane because enemy team is running Nocturne.
Well, now hold on. Busio trying to
I think
disengage.
he beat the minions 1v1 still. We're not there.
Oh, come on.
All right.
It's going to be close. You're right, Kobe, but I think
Hold
he
on,
can do
down
it.
here in the bottom lane, we got an engage coming out from FlyQuest. Nice use of the combo there to get the pick on APA. The Vi and Ari coming to life.
This time, and they'll be rewarded with finally getting that outer tower for themselves. FlyQuest starting to get some money back, but again,
not a lot.
Okay, 41 souls, nothing to really write home about here just yet. MasterCard Lane Economy Snapshot shows
Thank you,
that it's-
MasterCard.
Yeah, thank you, MasterCard. We got Impact off to the greatest
Gonna have
lead
to swipe
of the
and buy some
game
more souls.
so far. And this Rift Herald is going to drop now as well. So TL going to pull ahead in that neutral objective game. We'll see how much value they can get out of this one.
They have both their teleports ready, so they should be able to make the rotation, but get caught.
Immediately, Team Liquid go for the engage, but they don't have enough damage to secure the kill. Now the